What it do, what it is. Holla at your boy. This is the Peace Dealer. And welcome to another live horoscope. How are you guys enjoying this third quarter square? Honestly, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't, all you fire signs, where are all you fire signs and freaking air signs that just freaking like smile all day? I don't know how you do it. My resting bitch face will not let me, okay? And you know what I'm saying? It's still team no fap. It's still team no fap all day. I don't even fap anymore. I just have soul sex. Total difference. Okay, I'll have no fap ceremonies. Where the hell are you fire and water signs? They're just like, like I'm forcing myself to smile. I'm a little high, got the Taurus rising. I'm just resting bitch face. Like, but if I do this, y'all be like, oh, he smokes so much weed. I don't know how y'all do that. Y'all just shout out to Domina Montana, who has good spirituality. Doing things daily is the way to go, you know? Shout out to those of you who actually took my advice and went full fish tard. It's going down. It's going down. I know very well that you could feel the energy in your Tantien, and your solar plexus chakra has been expanding. And once the moon goes into Cancer and we have this grand water trine, it's a wrap. So I want to give you one advice right now. This third quarter square is going to enlighten you with a new way to see what you already know to be real. What this means is supernatural activation. So watch what you say. Watch what you say. If you knew even more so that everything that you say and think is going to literally manifest your moment like 36 hours in advance, how would you say and think it? And in this sensitive transit, be mindful of people who push your buttons and get you to react. Every time you act or feel like reacting angrily, pettily, or just reacting to anyone, any impetus, I want you to just envision Bibbidi and Bobbidi and Deborah just draining your energy to revive this evil, weird magician, okay? Or every time you feel like reacting, I just want you to envision like Roseanne Barr, wasted, just sipping on Hennessy, throwing up, and it'll just make you rich. And I'm just trying to like have you think of a stimulus, something very, very, very disgusting, like Drake and Josh kissing, or like something really weird. Just shift it to something obscene that you would never, ever, ever, ever want to hear in your life, you know, like Donald Trump rapping, or even worse, Hobson, I'll show you. Oh, that was a horrible joke. Anyway, yeah, I got to get quicker on my head, but it's important because your buttons are going to be pushed. Virgo, can we all have a moment of silence for Virgo? Virgo, please come up here. I know you thought it was your birthday season, and you thought perhaps you were going to be in a position to just cloud up, and things would be good. You know what I mean? Everyone, let's put our hands up for Virgo, and let's just pray for Virgo. Let's send Virgo some good energy. Virgo, I'm sorry. Yeah, Flight Boss's response to Eminem was fire. MGK's response was fire too. In fact, I didn't even know MGK was going to go in like that. And Dolo went in. The outro was legendary. But Virgo, I'm sorry. Like I don't know what you did. I don't think you did anything. You did nothing to deserve this. But yeah, Virgo, like you're just you you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're gonna have to deal with a lot more inept idiots. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like a lot of you guys don't know, but like everyone who's ever dumb in life or stupid, they just make a beeline to Virgos. And you guys may not realize, because Virgo doesn't always like to complain. You know what I mean? They just take one for the team. I'm talking about dumb. I'm talking about really dumb people. Like at first, from 2012 to 2016 and 2012, if you notice, guys, Virgo, did you notice 2012 was when Neptune went into Pisces, your seventh house? It's like 2012, something happened, and it's just like dumb people. I mean, like stupid people. Like someone will ask you a question, and then you tell them, "Oh no, sorry, we can't do that for you." And they're like, "Okay, but can I at least let's say you're a hotel clerk and you're a Virgo, and then someone walks up to you like, yeah, can I use the gym in your hotel?" And you're like, "Oh, sorry, we don't have a gym in our hotel and at all." And it's like, "Oh, that sucks. Your hotel looks like it should have a gym. Let me know where the gym is?" And it's like, no, I understand. Like we just don't have a gym. It doesn't exist. In here, it's not real. We don't have one. No, I don't care that you don't have a gym. Where is it? And it's like, maybe this was just a joke. Maybe this was just a divine joke. Maybe it was something that allowed you to really not dumb yourself down, Virgo, but really connect. You know what I'm saying? I think some of you guys think I'm joking, by the way, and I totally understand. I totally understand. But I really mean like the dumbest. Borderline, I'm talking about dumb to the point where it's like, are you purposefully being that dumb and trolling me? Or are you really that dumb? So it was a cosmic joke at first, but unfortunately, it's getting more serious. It's almost like they multiplied. I don't know what you did. I know you've been evolving your attitude, and good luck, Virgo. Good luck. Good luck. Stupid people are like roaches. They don't die. Anyway, I can say that because as a Gemini, I'm like half dumb and half genius. So like I know what it's like to be stupid. So I feel for you. I feel for you. Anyway, other than that, like I said, watch what you say, because your words are hyper manifesting as quickly as I'm stroking my beard. Okay. And it's important because there's a revival amongst us. There's a revival amongst us. I really like to reference the tension seen in the hip hop genre, because it's one of the best ways to see what's happening in the world. but just voiced through certain artists. So when you see rappers beefing, pay attention to their zodiac signs. Pay attention to what they're saying, because at this stage in the game where people's energy are raising in the fifth dimension above the archetypes, above the archetypes of their character, what on the surface, what's up, Aluna? Everyone's showing Aluna some love. But yeah, like what you see on the surface, you know what I mean, is really deeper than that. All right. Okay, shadow hunters, I feel you. And when I say it's deeper than that, I mean in the sense where, like, on the surface, you might see it as like Nicki Minaj just randomly dissing certain other rappers, or Eminem just randomly dissing people because he has his personal life. It's not randomly, he has his personal life, which fits in his own context, but he also represents a zodiac sign, a moon sign, an ideology outside of astrology. He represents a people. His fan base follows him. Same as Nikki. She represents a certain type of archetype that they have both created. And you're seeing this go to war. So it's so much deeper than just what you see on the surface. And this is where I reference Divine RPG, because 2022 is when we see all these guilds, like guilds are being created before your eyes. Shout out to Childish Gambino just coming out of nowhere and dropping fire. But yeah, like it's amazing. This level and ability to build guilds has not ever been at this level really before. At the convenience of frequencies and advanced technology. So it's like you couldn't schedule a meetup 300 years ago. I mean, you could. Anything is possible. You totally could. It's just the ability to reach millions of people, even though majority of them are really just casual, fickle fans, but still you can captivate their attention, leaves so much room for potential. Because as we're going to evolve in our awareness of having the internet, you're going to see those fans are not as fickle anymore. They're also growing up. They're also evolving. It's like most fans are usually always fickle. But anyway, it's still amazing, once again, to see how Guild Wars is amongst us. How people will be able to mobilize units of people with just a tweet. With just a tweet. They don't even have to be in the same place. Like, it's here, y'all. If you're still waiting for flying cars, if you're still waiting for the robot revolution, if you're still waiting for fully functional sex dolls, no, I'm joking. If you're still waiting for signs of the future, like, it's here vibrationally and technically. So we are stepping into the phase of reality now where our abstract ideas and consciousness are integrating into how we can realistically create the right context in our life. And it makes sense too, because every year you're a little bit different. What's up, Marcy? Every year you're definitely a little bit different. Every year you're definitely in a position to learn more. And because you learn more, because you've grown, or maybe even gotten worse, that shifts the context in your life. That changes what's real in your life. Last year, you might have been riding the bus. This year, you might have an Audi. Or this year, you might have a Honda. Or this year, you might ride a bike. The difference is, whether it took a year or a few months, the context of your life has changed, even if just by a little. And that's the magic of Virgo. Magic of Virgo is precision, to where even the smallest detail, even the smallest shift and change in the smallest detail can literally shift and create the hugest of changes within multiverses. Case in point, the Simpsons writer who did some type of time manipulation to quote unquote predict Trump being president, but we can call that a coincidence. People commit time traveling violations every day, B. And we're finally reaching a time where the laws can get enforced, okay? We're reaching that. Shout out to those of you born 89, 88. I gave a reading to someone who had their North Node in Pisces. Any one of you who has their North Node in Pisces, my heart goes out to you. Because I'm part of the North Node Aquarius gang, 1990, 1971. What's up? You know what I'm saying? 1999 or 20 or no, 2009. I don't know. But yes, like North Node Pisces, my heart is out to you. Like you guys are done. You guys are ready. Like catch a North Node in Pisces born 88 or 89. They're mad. They're like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with these humans. I love these humans, but I'm done with these humans. It's over. I'm so ready to go back because North Node and Pisces, it's their last lifetime. Like they have done mad lifetimes and they're ready to ascend back into heaven and they're just about done. Like North Node in Virgo is a little bit different. It's kind of subtly the same. All the North Node and Virgos are coming from heaven. So like this is their first lifetime in this earth and they're like, and then some are like so out of place, like, oh, this earth is not like heaven. And it's like, oh, I have to do. Some of them are like, ready to do this mission, ready to do this mission. And then their Virgo activates and it's like, oh, this life is so real. All you North Node and Pisces are like, I'm done. I'm freaking tired of this incarnation. Oh, hell no. You got a glimpse of heaven. You met the boss man. Like, this is your last lifetime. You're not trying to do anything. They're like, miss me with all that. I've done enough. Like, screw it. Look at my resume. Every South Node in Virgo, they're always like, look at my resume. Look at my resume. Okay, look at my resume. So it's amazing. And the most important thing, especially about this third quarter square, is that it's shifting your persona and your understanding of the truth of you. Why is this important? And I'm totally going to do a sign on the North Nodes. I'm going to finish the moon sign. For those of you who've been wondering why it's been taking me a while to finish the moon signs, definitely procrastination. But the real wisdom is Aquarius and Pisces want me to have more experience. Like if I were to do the moon in Aquarius video now versus back then, I know I'm doing it so much better now. So it's interesting how the Ascended Masters want to give me time. I'm actually contemplating doing those videos in 4K just so that they can be like, it's like the 10 zodiac signs and then the 2 of them, but I will do that. I'll shoot it actually pretty soon. But yes, like it's important because your public understanding of yourself and the truth of what it is you're wanting to achieve is what is going to change what you feel is real about yourself. For example, I'm back in school and I have to realistically fill out a resume. And it's low-key amazing because even though I've worked certain jobs here or there, what I personally feel is my true vocation is this. It's just, this is not work. I don't consider this work, and I would never put it on a resume. So it's interesting because I'm going to put on my resume that I don't have any official work experience. And this is how I know Gemini is comic relief. Like, I'm very much so a professional student. I've been in school way too long. At this point, now I have Saturn in the ninth. Saturn in the ninth specifically delays education. But let's just pretend that that's not there. Like, I'm in school way too long. So like I'm gonna be that guy, that asshole that has like the school experience and no work experience. And I could say I'm self-employed, but I don't want to count this as a work on my resume. Just because, like, I don't even necessarily. I'm in the process of getting the merchandising, which is experience. But once again, I want to put lightning sage and professional messenger on the resume so bad. But yeah, professional student is really what I'm going to go for. But the purpose of the story is, if remember when I was saying, even if you are performing in a room where you know most people are going to boo you, are you still going to perform your set? Because at this point, it's not about your ego. It's just about doing what you got to do. Are you going to perform your set, or is your performance predicated upon the people, upon you wanting people to applaud you? That's really the difference here. Are you doing it because you want to be liked? Are you doing it because you want to be you? And you can by all means do both. There's nothing wrong with doing something because you want to do you and also receive praise. But what side of the balance are you? Like, are you here or are you there? Okay. And it's like, let's say you're in that situation. It may be reasonable to not even put out a resume, right? Should I even make a resume? Like, even if it was blank. And it's cool too because I can say that I have skills. Like, this is cool because I have nothing in my 10th house. I have nothing in my 6th house. So that's why I'm purposefully not putting anything, to reflect that and see what happens. Like, it's gonna be weird. I can speak English. I can say that's my skill, and I'm not gonna put that I can use Windows or Microsoft. So realistically, there's going to be no work experience on my resume. I could say I have mad channeling skills. I'm a lightning sage. I professionally consult gods and goddesses and angels. I spoke to an alien yesterday. I channel higher divine vibrations. I have mad channeling skills. I can freestyle for you right now. Like, it's just going to be empty. And so I'm still going to print out that resume and pass it out. And that's the point. That's the point. I wouldn't mind saying entrepreneur. That's totally cool. But that's the point. Like, I'm still, and please use this as an analogy, you still want to print out that resume and pass it out and be like, hi, my name is Michael. I have no work experience. I have no skills too. I hope you hire me. Hi, my name is Michael. I have no experience at all. I've done a lot of things, but nothing official to put on here. Have a nice day. Oh, what do? I channel higher vibrations. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really gonna like, I'm just gonna probably have like a happy face on there. Ding. But the point is, you know what I mean? As much as I may be joking, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say joking, but as much as I may be taking light of this, the whole point is, don't ever feel like you're underqualified. Don't ever feel like you have not done enough. Even if you didn't, it's no excuse, okay? Honestly, yeah, and I should put comedian. I should put comedian. It is what it is. The reason why I want to personally shy away from saying self-employment, I would love to say professional magician. I want to honor the fact that the field that I practice is not really recognized in that regard. So I'm not really going to be in a position to combat that and be like, okay, well, I'm going to represent for the astrologers, because I really don't feel like it's a job. Like, for real. Like, I work it like a job, but I really wouldn't want to put it on a resume. Or I could say realistically, I'm self-employed, even though I do the astrology. I have done counseling for 4 years, but I purposefully want to leave this empty and just say I don't have work experience. And I've just been in school for like almost 10 years. And so once again, the purpose of this is just to, I'm using an extreme example like I like to do, but I mean, if someone like me could be willing to do that, some of you have actually done a lot. Some of you actually are in a position to put down what you have done. And yeah, you may not think it's enough, But even if you didn't have anything, put what you have done, put what you know you can do. And this once again is important because as we step into this new moon in Virgo, we are going to step into a divine, or rather miracle magic coronation, where your sense of magic is mastering. You are mastering your sense of magic. Can you feel it? Everybody, not everyone is a magician, my friends. Not everyone is a magician, but everybody has magic. Not everyone's a magician who is able to bend and wield magic, but everyone has magic in their hearts. Everyone can use magic. Everyone can at some point evoke magic. All right. People who aren't magicians are either psychics or kings and queens. There's royals, the three, there's more than three, but I like to honor the fixed, mutable, and cardinal. And there's royals, there's psychics, and there's magi's. If you're a mutable sign, you're a magi. You already know what it is. If you're a cardinal, you're a psychic or a general. Okay. And if you are a fixed sign, you're a royal, you're a king or queen. Kings and queens got the juice and the sauce. Like if you need anything, they got you. Okay. Psychic people are able to, within the laws of nature and physics, really achieve incredible feats. And magi's can warp reality itself, especially Sagittariuses and Pisces. So you are mastering your personal magic. Magic is perceptual and it's mutable in that it has everything to do with how you believe and what you believe. So when I say you're mastering your magic, you're mastering your own subjective, or rather your own personal truth, and how to perceive the reality you perceive, how to actually connect with your subconscious, how to actually know what energy is yours, what energy is other people. This is what makes magic and miracles so mundane. A lot of the feats, interestingly enough, that we attribute to magic are really just psychic power. Cancer, and especially Cancer women, are some of the most psychic women on earth or in existence, because I hate to say psychic woman. A Cancer sun exists as an emotional vibration. They're aware of the water and energy itself. So because we have been trained, which honestly, it's reasonable if we look at the focal awareness or level of awareness that we have, we've been trained to 100% identify with ourselves here, like as human beings. Libras and above, they have been awakening their superconscious. If you're a sun in Libra, if you were born after September 20, and you know what? If you were born from September to March, then you have noticed your superconscious has been awakening. Your superconscious, your higher I, that allows you to actually live this reality and then also understand the higher conceptual framework of what constitutes why you're even going through what you're going through. This activated for you 2008, and since 2008 and 2012, it's been a wild ride. 2012 to 2018, it's been an adjustment, and now you're ready to fly, baby. The thing is, the reason why you guys have awakened the higher mind is because the top level of the zodiac is the higher mind. Libra is the fifth dimension. Now keep this in mind, because Leo is the fifth dimension, but Leo is kind of the source of the fifth dimension. But if you're a Leo as a human, you guys choose to be born 3D and then evolve 5D. It's weird because like you're 5D at birth, but there's a shift. Some of you are born 5D, but Libra is born 5D. Sagittarius is born 5D. Aquarius is 7D. And that's why I love how Luna already taps into the 9D consciousness. Like that's real. Like you have Aquariuses out here going Super Saiyan 86 or 84. Okay. So of course, Cancer is 40, 6D, Scorpio is 6D. And when I say 5D, 6D, totally just concepts, abstract concepts, not gospel. There's certain people with awareness. Is like When I say that Libra is 5D, a Pisces, someone who was born in March, could say that I'm wrong because they're aware of consciousness at a higher level. And so what is 5D to me is actually a different reality to them. And because they have higher spiritual rank, I would actually have to defer to what they say. So remember, as a messenger, I'm only telling you what I'm telling you with my limited awareness as a Gemini. This is why my messages resonate with you guys so much, because it's less about what I'm saying. I confuse people deliberately with what I say because not everybody who watches me is not a spy. Okay. Certain people watch me for different reasons, and that's their karma. That's their life path. It's not a good or a bad thing. But those of you who are $1 billion vibe tribe, I'm speaking a secret language to you. This is the next wave. I'm speaking a secret telepathic language to you that connects at the level of the subconscious. This is a subconscious revival. There is a revival afoot, guys. It is called Jupiter and Sagittarius. And there is an inner light within you that is going to be sparked like never before. All you people born from September to March, you have been awakening this super conscious awareness. And the pressure has been ridiculous, having to be in a human body, but have the mind and power of gods. All of you, okay? You're supposed to connect with your opposite signs and bridge that super conscious with humans like me, perhaps. Because as a Gemini, I don't have that God awareness. Like and I didn't sign up for that. Like that's a lot. It's a lot. I wouldn't, if I could choose to be God, I would not choose to be God, because that's being able to be aware of all thoughts at once, being able to hear and feel everything and do stuff. The concept sounds cool. The reality, and that's why you see Pisces and Sagittarius and Aquarius and Scorpios kind of low-key suffering, because that adjustment process is not really easy. And it's like being Superman and like hearing too sensitively. Okay. I was like, screw that. I would be a Gemini. You mean all I have to do is just be in my head the whole time? I'm straight. So it's different too, because as a Capricorn moon, I tap into that God energy, but thankfully it's something I could be more receptive to. So all of you who are born from April to August, you're going to start getting visitations. You are the key, because the higher mind needs the lower mind to experience itself. Sagittarius is the meaning of life, but it needs Gemini, the truth. Well, it really needs Pisces, but the truth, Gemini, its opposite counterpart, is how it can experience what it truly is. And it's important to understand that it actually goes from higher to lower, because at a higher mind, you're able to affect what happens in the lower world. You don't see feudal systems being run by people who pay taxes. It's people who have more resources. It's people who are higher, who are connected with Aquarius, extraterrestrial, cosmic agent, higher beings that are able to influence and affect what happens down here. Okay, this is why Taurus is teaching everybody, I don't care how high you are, Scorpio. I don't care if you can do everything, Capricorn. You better pay me what I'm worth. Okay. And then Pisces bribes Taurus, and then Taurus stops acting up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's amazing dynamic, especially where we're stepping into the divine race. This light within you is ready to be revived. And when I say revival, I don't necessarily mean something as corny as everyone around the world is going to wake up. They're all going to find God. Everyone's going to be themselves. Let me tell you something that's a little disheartening. If you're waiting for people to wake up, if you're waiting for people to be more psychic, which is interesting to hear people say, like, oh, I'm woke. People need to be more awake. People are asleep. And I love to say people are asleep, because sometimes I could be really petty, And I mean, you won't really see me talk about it too much on here, especially moving forward, because realistically speaking, 2008, the whole world woke up. In fact, we can even reference back around 89, the last Saturn return. Like a lot of people have psychically evolved around the world. A lot of people have woken up to a degree around the world. But when I say people are asleep in a different sense, I'm talking about the Neptune fog that has brought in the illusion of peace, where 10 years have passed and bam, like a whole culture has just completely disappeared right up under your nose. A lot of people are really aware, but it's cool because once again, there's the whole myth of people being asleep. You know what I mean? It's like Carrie said, they awake, they just hiding it. A lot of people have hit the snooze button, but they're still awake. There a lot of skeptics, a lot of people who don't necessarily openly believe in spirituality. It's not that they haven't seen magic. It's that they're able to, with their intelligence, rationalize a magic occurrence as something that's as simple as some unconscious bias that allowed them to that allowed their subconscious to just key in together coincidence so that their conscious mind made it believe that it was something magic. This is a very reasonable and rational reaction to magic, okay? But it's still no different than pressing the snooze button. So it's not that people don't see it. It's not that it's not in front of people's eyes. It's about how much you've mastered your magic. The whole key of mastering your magic is where everyone sees the same thing, but how do you perceive it? Do you really see it the way it was supposed to be seen? When you see a synchronicity, which it's interesting because there's a myth that if something is magical, then it's not going to have a rational explanation. People, for some reason, it makes no sense. Like if you notice people try and debunk magic, they try and give a rational explanation. But the whole notion of magic, which doesn't need a rational explanation, is that whenever magic works, it works through this reality. So there is always going to be a rational explanation for anything magic that occurs. In fact, you have to do both. You have to get the Virgo, you have to get the Pisces. So don't necessarily be put off by the fact that when you do see a synchronicity, in a lot of ways, you have trained your subconscious mind to pick up the repetition of those numbers. So it reminds you. A lot of people will say there's nothing magic about that. That's just psychology, but it's inherently magic. I'm just trying to let you know, like, don't let people take the same magic you're experiencing and codify it and label it with a term to take that feeling away. This is why you have to master that personal sense of it. Be willing to hear things with a grain of salt, because there's a dark side to this where people don't supplement what they're seeing with science and they're very delusional. The only thing here is Neptune is in Pisces, so I'm encouraging people to be delusional, because at least that way, if you're so far outside the lines, you're going to be able to eventually come back into some form of rationality that's unskewed by the bias of what other people think is real, because you were just so left field. When you're in a position to come back to rationality, you're starting from scratch. And it's worth it in that sense to be delusional. So that's why I really won't, you won't necessarily see me deter that. That's why I said a lot of people had to go through that twin flame delusion. A lot of people had to go through that square between Saturn and Neptune. And it's during Virgo seasons like this where any place you've been out of reality, any place you've been out of misunderstanding, you get the relevant details to restructure you. And the most crucial period we're in is this transitioning point from now till November, because we're going to get into Libra season, where Libra season is where you actually emerge your magical ability and show other people. And now the game has changed. Saturn is going direct in less than 3 days. When Saturn goes direct, by the time we get from here to the end of the year, Saturn will be in the second decan, and we're moving forward. Saturn going direct is going to seriously emerge your supernatural power. If a lot of you are feeling it deep inside, the retrograde is generating it from deep inside. Shout out to those of you mashing that like button, much appreciated. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. I have to make sure to do that at the beginning. I don't really remind people as much as I should. But yes, your supernatural power is becoming real. It's becoming real. It's becoming real. And there's a frightening aspect of this. So let's do a mini meditation. I yap my mouth too much. We were supposed to do this in the beginning, but let's do this right now. I want all of you to drain stress out of your feet. What we're going to do is we're going to manifest a certain sense of your supernatural power. Gemini with the moon here is giving an enlightening effect to your magic, where what you say, what you think, once again, is going to continue to hyper manifest your real experience. Now get this. The whole purpose of a square, immutable signs are different in fixed signs, and they're different in cardinal signs, okay? Immutable signs, the reason why squares exist, these 90-degree angles, is that it forces change. When there's a square, we started from the full moon in Pisces, where we had to release two different polarities in favor of what's real. We had to release what's not real, okay? So the way the squares work is that when we actually have one in a mutable sign, we're seeing two different realities. We're seeing two inconsistencies. Virgo squares have to do with inconsistencies. Gemini squares have to do with being out of truth or not, right? So the inconsistencies created by this Gemini square right now has much to do with your own inner sense of truth versus what is real, okay? Case in point, the only thing constant is change. So something energetically can be factual. You can be the last born, you know what I mean? You could be the last born child. And then the moon in Gemini, you find out before anybody else that your mom is pregnant and she's about to have a kid, right? And so if you were to tell your siblings, I am the second to last born child, they'd tell you that you're delusional. Or they would just deduce logic to be like, the only way that could happen is if mom's pregnant? No way. So what this third quarter square is it's taking a new truth. It's taking an internal truth. It's taking a truth that is superseding what used to be real, and you're having to trigger change by creating something newly real. There is a truth in your life, okay, that is uncovering, but at this stage, because this is a moon in Gemini since Pisces season, we're manifesting the truth of our divine magic. Let me get even deeper. Comment a fire sign, and I'm super serious. Don't just do this because, you know, I told you, but comment a fire sign emoji if within the last 48 hours you have done something supernatural. You have done something supernatural, or you have experienced something supernatural, and you more or less actually triggered it. It didn't just happen to you. Like, you actually were able to control it for a minute. And if you haven't, that's totally okay as well. Okay. Honestly, an example for me is simple praying. It's easy for me because I'm a Gemini, so the communication is pretty lit. And this is why Virgo wants you to pay attention to details. It's as simple as really just setting the intention to maybe connect with somebody or to get something, and like within 2 hours, I got it. It's just at this stage of our evolution, I can no longer call that supernatural, because that's really just basic manifestation at this point. So the reason why I'm saying comment the fire sign emoji, especially those of you who feel you released something. If you feel you released something, that's key. A lot of you released like the seal of your shadow. All right. If you're a Yin-Yang apprentice, pay very close attention. if you have like your sun in a light sign, but your moon in a negative sign, or vice versa, this message is for you coming up, okay? Light siders, dark siders, it is for you too, to a degree, but yin yang apprentices, what I'm about to say is very true, the releasing part. So for those of you who commented the fire emoji, you've been, and everyone really, you've been doing supernatural, you've been constituting supernatural awareness your whole life. But because we're all putting in this energy together, it's allowing the convergence to like amplify. Like the reason why we're evolving so much is because of everyone else. Like we're all just kind of putting in together in a certain sense. So you yin yang apprentices, a yin yang apprentice is someone who has like an Aries sun or a Scorpio moon or a Cancer moon, or someone who has like a Cancer sun and a Sagittarius moon. Their sun and moon are on opposite polarities. Because you have the disconnect from your spirit and your soul, it's been hard for your spirit to connect with your soul. A Cancer with a Virgo moon, a Cancer with a Taurus moon, they're always connected with their soul. Or even a Cancer with a Scorpio moon. It comes with its own share of issues, but it's fundamentally connected. As they're aware of something, their inner self is aligned with it, and it creates a good union. Yin Yang apprentices do not have this. They're conflicted souls. As they are aware of something, their moon is clashing with it simultaneously, and this creates a disconnect. It can literally manifest as a physical twitch, where you're wanting to do something, but your soul is wanting to do the opposite, or your soul is just not wanting to do what you want to do. So what some of you have been doing, you've been having to get the opposite polarity to kind of like release some energy with you. For example, some of you have been subconsciously or consciously generating drama and conflict between others, to where a part of you, you don't have a problem with them, but maybe your subconscious or your moon has beef, theoretically, not really even beef. This is because, in a certain sense, it's almost as if you are getting someone of the opposite polarity. Let's say you had a seal on your soul, let's say, and you had a Sagittarius moon, but you were a Taurus sun, right? And so some of you are attracting a Sagittarius or someone who's fire to put their fire to release the energy you have on your fire. But this could come through the clash. Someone can personify the clash you have inside. Don't take it personally. It's allowing you to release. And this is whether you are a yin yang apprentice or not. A lot of you are releasing incredible amounts of sexual energy, because especially if you're born after 1984, but anyone born 71 to 84 counts too. Anyone born from 71 to 84, they have officially released the seal. And you guys are going through intense breakthrough moments because of the square to Pluto and Capricorn. Anyone born after 84, you're releasing the seal now. Especially if you have Pluto and Scorpio. This seal is the seal that has sealed all your super intensity within your sexual organs. All right. For example, Pluto Aquarius, that generation, their seal is more in their crown chakra and third eye. For the Pluto Scorpios, it's in the root chakra. And this has been uncomfortably, in some cases, creating intense bouts of horniness, to where in some cases it's uncontrollable in extreme cases. And in other cases, this could just really produce itself in a huge appeal to just be active and to just do a lot. This is a telltale sign that your chakras are evolving and you're releasing arcane energy, ancient energy. All right, it's a symptom. Pluto Sag honestly is going to get that, I want to say 2020. But the thing is, Pluto Sag is already getting it now too. So it's just Pluto Sag and beyond exponentially evolves faster than the older generations. So I have to talk about y'all's a little different, because it's not as simple as releasing the seal. Pluto Sag doesn't have to release a seal because Pluto Sag is already connected to the cosmos. So Pluto Sagittariuses are going to really be more of an ascension that occurs actually November, starting November. But Pluto Scorpio, especially if you're releasing the seal, it's simulating ego death. Okay, anyone born from 84 to 95, you're having to go through this mandatory ego death a lot because this is allowing you to really fully release all that old energy. Okay, and Pluto Libra is breaking through because the seal has already been released, but the square that Pluto Libra is making to Pluto and Capricorn is allowing you to break through, where everyone who's born from 71 to 84, the equivalent to the breakthrough is like being in a master's class or a PhD course, and you just have to write a thesis. All you have to do to break through is to confront old, outdated modes of interpersonal bias and toxicity in relationships through like sexism, racism. Like every Pluto and Libra is going to be responsible for writing something, doing something that directly confronts this and deads it for good. Pluto Scorpio, you'll probably see this. No, see, Pluto Scorpio is a little bit. So yeah, Pluto Libra, this is their defining moment. Like all the Pluto Libras are in a position to rule the world, whereas Pluto Virgo has passed the torch to them. Pluto Scorpio, if you notice, and this is the most key thing here. Everything that the ascended masters have been working towards, everything that all these old heads have been working towards and actually incarnated for was to wait until the Pluto Scorpio generation was old enough to make financial decisions. The millennial generation, everything was up for this millennial generation and the next generation after to be in a position to make financial decisions, because this is where we're going to start to see the changes, where now a lot of us who have a completely different ideology than things that are established are going to be able to vote, are going to be able to pull up numbers to actually make a difference in local and national elections. Like 2020 elections are going to completely change. And who has the power right now? All the Pluto Libras. This is why the whole notion of success is changing. Everyone who has Pluto Libra, that's 10th house to the Capricorn. And so the Pluto Libra's whole issue, everyone born from 71 to 84, is I don't even have anything to show for my success. All the traditional aspects of what you're supposed to be successful for, I don't really have much to show for it. Or you do have much to show for it, but it's not really fulfilling like you were sold it was for. Pluto and Libra, the Pluto and Libra people are killing the American dream. That whole American dream myth dies with Pluto Libra, and they're tasked with transforming what the hell is success for real. Success comes through successful relationships and partnerships. And that's really what's going to lead into the whole change of the new generation. Okay, this is huge. This is huge. So now that a lot of you are in a position to actually make financial decisions, even more than voting, financial decisions, like you can vote with your dollar. This is what people have been waiting for. Pluto Leo has been waiting for this, even though some of them are leaving. Pluto Virgo has been waiting for this. And this is allowing you through this week to fully manifest your true art. I want to go back in time. Okay. I was supposed to do a ritual, but I just cannot shut my mouth up. What is wrong with me? Like, I totally forgot to finish this ritual. So just drain your energy, drain your stress down your feet. The reason why I felt the need to do this ritual is because a good majority of you hopped on this live chat with huge stress, super vague, because the whole notion of walking through life with stress is totally reasonable. So the fact that a lot of you have stress is actually not even a bad or a thing that should be weird, but I'm just letting you know, a lot of you hopped on here with huge stress. A lot of this stress that I'm feeling from you is you guys literally almost giving certain energies the benefit of the doubt. And it's almost like you're feeling sorry for being quintessentially you. A lot of you almost feel sorry for walking your own path. And I need you to release that. I need you to release that like now. A lot of you are getting bent off the Venus and Libra transit. So as you drain this, I want you to feel the earth grounding up. I really want to take my time this transit. Okay. Just feel the energy draining. Okay, I'm gonna start with Cancer. I have certain channeled message for the zodiac signs. All right, we'll start with the water signs. Pisces. This Venus in Libra is really screwing. Well, I don't want to say it's screwing. This Venus in Libra is really challenging you to stand firm in your own authenticity, and not just stand firm in your own authenticity, but more so be in a position to where you're okay with diving deeper intimately, like taking that next edge. And let me give you a picture for this. With Venus in Libra right now, you are aware more than anyone else. If you put yourself out there, if you just put yourself out there one more time and you cross that line, you're going to be disrespected. You're going to be made fun of. You're going to be hit in that vulnerable area. And that's what's been making it hard for you to open up, because it's not an issue of, well, is it going to be a waste of time or not? It's, well, when I open myself up in such a vulnerable area, is this going to hurt? And you can feel that well because you're psychic as hell. And the whole purpose of this is to still do it anyway, because you're the divine magician. You can withstand that pain. Like, that's your superpower. That's one of your superpowers. Like, Pisces can sit with extreme pain and feel it, and then honestly just still go with the flow. Even though some of them are very irrational and they can't take it, most of them can, like especially with Capricorn contacts, okay? Cancer, this is even more intense with you. Cancer, with this Venus and Libra energy, it's really pushing you to have to be, you're going to have to share more uncomfortable things about yourself, because what I love about Cancer is they're real enough to know that it's not really about popularity. They're real enough to know it's not all about like how things appear, but they're also real enough to know how to play the game. Like, Cancer can play the game, but they don't really feel like it. That's why Cancer would rather stay inside. They can dress up. Cancer can dress up, go out, turn heads, and do the damn thing. And they know it's gonna be a show, but they would literally rather just be in. They don't want to do all that. And that's what this Venus and Libra has been opening up. It's like, I cannot trust more than half of you with my private issues, but I'm in situations where I don't have a choice. And Cancer, it's saying you don't have to feel like that. You can own up. Like, this Capricorn energy wants you to come out your shell and not hold back anymore. And that's where all you Cancers are really kind of being challenged the most. Cancer, you know more than anyone, you can hold your own. It's just, are you really prepared to do it? Like, Cancer is in a position where Cancer and Capricorn can one-man army situations, but it's like, I know once I cross that line, I can't turn back. Like, do I really want to do this? And Scorpio, it's really, Scorpio, it's a little bit different for you, because you have a special sort of juice that and Scorpio, trust me on this one. Yours is really complicated because you have special connections with people to where you're now in a position where if you actually communicate what you know about certain people to other people, it's going to change the dynamics of the people you're around. For example, here's an extreme example. Let's say, like, maybe you're best friends with someone, but when Venus went into Libra, you realized your best friend's other friend or your best friend's girlfriend might be cheating or something. Scorpio always kind of knows about stuff like this, or Cancer, right? And so now the square to the Capricorn is like, there's certain ways that I can react. It's almost like being in a stalemate. It's like you cannot react in a certain way without what you know coming out. And so what I'm trying to say, Scorpio, is let it out. Let it out. Scorpio, some scandals. It's hard for me to say this, But Scorpio, you really have been hand given some very scandalous. It doesn't even have to be scandalous. It's just very unique perceptions of relationships. And the fear is, damn, I want to spill the tea, but if I do, this can change too much. And it's like, Scorpio, you kind of have to do it anyway because Jupiter's in your sign. And the only reason why you knew about it was so that Jupiter could be in your sign. And Capricorn is just teaching you the strategic timing. All right. So air signs, the whole notion for you, air is important. And the reason why I'm going from water to air is because the key for water signs is air right now. You need to work out any miscommunications with air, because air is going to understand how better to be receptive and compassionate. As you actually release this energy now, I want you to set an intention. So I'm going to keep channeling, but I want you to do the soul, heart, palm meditation. And now that you've drained the energy, breathe down to your diaphragm. Breathe out gratitude. Okay, I want you to feel the energy from your soul coming up to your heart. Breathe it up. And as you breathe it up to your heart and it's coming to your heart, I want you to set an intention. Now, the cool thing about Virgo is that along with Gemini, it's low tier magic. We have both of those activated. So with this low tier magic, higher tier magic is Sagittarius and Pisces. With low tier magic, you can set an intention, right? And you can set a time limit because Virgo is the magic of timing. I want you to set an intention now that we're connected. The fact that you're doing this now with like 500 other people live is going to amplify the intention. So just set an intention that you're focused on. Your focus is going to direct energy. And what do you want to speak through your throat chakra to create to happen within 48 hours? The reason why I want to keep doing these exercises is that the repetition and the consistency through Virgo season literally strengthens this. And you're drawing the strength from Leo. When I say to draw in from the source, you're taking that source energy from Leo and you're bringing it to your heart. And so now you can, as you're setting the intention, it could be a vision, it could be thoughts. This is where moving forward after this broadcast, imagine if everything you say manifests your reality. And everything you think, okay? As you're setting that intention, I want you to feel the energy from your heart still coming to your heart from your soul, but also moving through your hands, slowly animating your body, and just keep that intention, okay? What I'm presenting to you is super basic. I am not from this world, okay? I'm about to go full fish tart in a bit. I am not really from this world. I'm kind of like Raditz. I'm kind of like Goku in a little bit. Like I'm kind of like, I mean, I say I'm Archangel Michael, and Archangel Michael has that legend about him about being the strongest archangel. But I want to give you this analogy, especially in my human form. Like I'm the technique I'm giving you is basic, super basic. I'm coming in advanced. There are more people like me coming. And they're way better than me. They're way stronger than me. And my job here is to prepare humanity for them, to prepare humanity to be able to combat them should they be out of integrity. So if you notice throughout the course of this career, I leak a lot of stuff about myself. I leak a lot of weaknesses about myself in an assassination classroom kind of way almost. So keep that in mind. Really keep focusing on this intention, and it could be anything. The simpler, the better. It could be anything. The goal here now is not to just magically manifest this. The goal here for this exercise, is to very appropriately just be aware of what happens. We're developing your Virgo consciousness. Just be aware of what happens within 2 hours. If you're able to maintain this energetic focus for 2 hours, I just want you to be aware of what happens. Does your manifestation come true? Does it come true before then? Does it come true after them? I'm helping and encouraging you to activate your Virgo and really be focused. Because once we step into Libra season is like crystallized focus. And in fact, your homework during Libra season will be to watch the movie Focus by Will Smith. Genius. But anyway, keep on focusing on that intention. What this intergalactic eclipse did is it's been expanding your core source. Not everyone has limitless energy within them. Like everyone has access to limitless energy, but not everyone's soul is limitless. And the reason why I say that is because some of you choose to gain limitless access from another soul. Like if you don't have limitless energy inside, you just hooked up something better. So I'm not trying to say like not everyone has this elite power. Like I just want you to be aware that everyone has it in different areas. And as we're stepping into our power, we have been trained, reasonably so, to believe that we're kind of just aware of ourselves as here. But for those of you who have awakened the superconscious power, you know that's not true anymore. You know that's not true. For example, you guys are starting to awaken your sun. Now that we finished the Leo eclipse, you guys are starting to awaken the magic of your sun so much more. It's starting to restore to how it was billions of years ago before a lot of the energy got suppressed. So if you have a sun in Cancer, you're starting to realize you're not just aware of reality as a human being. You're starting to be aware of the actual emotions in the room, of the actual unseen vibrations. You're actually starting to be aware of your reality almost like it's outside your body. And the higher you go up the zodiac signs, the stronger you sense this. Leos are starting to realize like it's not just their heart, they're aware of everything. A true sun in Leo is aware of everything that is occurring at the source of where it's happening. And for Virgo, you're starting to really step into your mastery. So everyone and really seeing every detail. And now Neptune is showing you this life and then also showing you what's happening in the spiritual while you're aware of this reality. Every single sun sign is going through some type of supernatural evolution in this capacity. So the reason why I'm asking you to do this heart exercise is because as you really feel into your vibration, your subconscious is going to internally let you know more so how to bring this out. So let me recap one more time, because from November, before I got distracted, where were you guys? Where were you in April? Where was it that you were in April? April of 2018. And I don't even want to say April, March. Where were you guys March of 2018? Okay. And if I give an exact date, March 30th. March 30th, 2018. The reason why this is important is because March 30th of 2018, Venus was conjunct Uranus. Venus was conjunct Uranus in Aries. Okay? It was Taurus, it was Pisces season. And actually it was Aries season if we're talking about March 30th. But Mercury was retrograde and Mars, oh my God, guys. Mars was in Capricorn. I cannot make this up. Like Mars was really in Capricorn. So now I wasn't going to show you the super chat. Now I don't have a choice. Like we have to. So as you can see, Jupiter was retrograde, but Mars was in Capricorn. This is no coincidence. at all. So let's go back in time. So we went through this portal, right? Jupiter had just entered Scorpio. And then we went through the supernatural portal. This was where we started the expansion of the wisdom chapter of your supernatural evolution. So now we have to even go back because all of this built from 2010. Okay. Once we started this cycle, 2011, this is when the initial fire was sparked, and you've been building this supernatural awareness. This is why this was in the midst of a Jupiter-Uranus cycle, which is literally like supernatural evolution. You have the Great Awakener and the evolution planet. So it's awakening your evolution. This is when I say supernatural evolution, this cognitive ascension has been in the works for like, once again, 7+ years. So now that it is in Scorpio, it is transforming. It is now in a position to where you can actually manifest concrete form. 2011, what sparked was an idea. What sparked was an idea and a willingness to actually begin to be aware. It wasn't until 2012 in Gemini we started to have an idea, and now it's in Scorpio. We've grown a while. And this was where we were able to now start to see this in our world, which is the next chapter, okay? Keep this in mind, because then we went through the supernatural portal of consciousness, Sagittarius, and from November to June, we were in the spiritual realm, as I like to say, okay? We were in the spiritual realm, subconsciously evolving 7+ years worth of power. And from November to March, when we reached March, we had that holy baptism, divine car wash, where a lot of the expansion of our awareness with these new concepts, we needed to be healed. We needed to actually remember it's okay to still grow. Oh, shit. And then, of course, from Pisces to Gemini season was when we were still in the spiritual realm, but we were taking these higher-minded concepts and we were integrating it with who we are, how we actually personalize and make sense of it within our subjective worlds. Bam. Now we stepped out of the portal, the magical portal, into reality, marking June to September as a transition point. And bam, we are in the real world, where a lot more critical energy is allowing us to make contextual sense of all this abstract supernatural energy we're pioneering. I wish I could say this better in a way that makes more sense. But where were you end of March? Because it just so happens, not coincidentally, Mars was in Capricorn on Saturn. Venus here was fulfilling. This is so huge, guys. Venus here at the end of Aries is fulfilling the final push of your supernatural evolution. This is the last time Venus met Uranus here before it moved into Taurus. And so this is the style. This is the manifestation of what your superpower is. We were doing ceremonies and rituals around this time. I still have the video if you want to do it. It's still effective. All right. You can do it at any time. This is around this time where you were defining what your super self is. This is where I was like, I'm an archangel. I am Dr. Quantum, right? You guys are realizing you're goddesses, you're 7D warriors, right? And so now that this is literally opposite, it's finally crystallized and complete. And what are the odds that Mars is back in Capricorn? So it's not just a completion of power. I want you to think kick-ass, where it's like, okay, yeah, you have this persona, but in Libra, you have the costume. It's like, yeah, on the inside, without the costume or not, you are, this super self, your higher self rather, But now it's like, how do I present that higher self to the world? This is being fully fleshed out. This is, uh-oh, how do I do this? This is encompassing and detailing a very important level. And, oh, goodness. Oh, it really died. This is encompassing a very important level of presentation that is taking the unique quirks you've been evolving for, I don't know, the longest time, and it's integrating this into something that's stylish, into something that actually allows you to not feel like you're fighting different parts of yourself because you're done developing all those different parts. And if I didn't have this resting bitch face and voice, I would sound so much more excited about it because it truly is the real deal. Like it's very important what we're going through. And this is where you start to connect with other people to fully bring this out of you. Okay. So once again, we're seeing full breakthrough of what you have inside, outside. But the difference is where you had to go through the Venus and Aries square to Capricorn, which was believing in yourself, even if you had a lot of challenge. Now in Libra, you know, in Cancer, it was opposite. It was do or die. It's okay, even if there's no support, am I still going to move forward? Now in Libra, it's I've achieved victory. I have fully artistically created this. What's a better analogy? Venus and Aries is when you just birth the ability to freestyle or to just completely express your raw talent. Okay? It's like you just have a burst of creativity. Now in Libra, it's mastered to the point where you're not just a raw poet, you're an artist. You're taking that raw burst of passionate creativity and you're timing it. You know when to add energy, you know when to bring it back. You're not just saying things. It's not just a freestyle. It's an actual message that has layered symbolism within it. You know what I mean? I don't have Libra. I wish I had Libra for that reason because it's really awesome energy, and Virgo too. But this is where even if you don't have the energy, you know what I mean, it's transiting in the sky and it's marking your development. A lot of you, of course, who are artists are experiencing this firsthand. So this is just set to be amazing because when I say your super consciousness, the Uranus transit has everything to do with your higher self. And this is where you're in a position. I totally just went everywhere right now. Forgive me, guys. The ceremony is still happening. I didn't really close it. All you have to do, your homework for the ceremony, is to just maintain the intentional focus. So just see how long you can focus your energy coming from your Tantien to your heart and into your hands, and just focusing on your intention and taking action based on that. But of course, within that 2 hours after this broadcast, you want to see how realistic. I mean, if you set the intention to be like a to have like $7 billion in 2 hours, versus if you set the intention to actually, you know what I mean, manifest a burger, and then with that energy, you go to the store and you get a burger. That's magic. Like, it could be super simple. It could be super convoluted and extreme. All you have to do is just maintain that focus and just see what you're aware of. Okay. So other than that, you know, we're going to experience Mars coming to the end of Capricorn and then to the end of Libra. And what that square means is it's a full crystallization of your power. Okay. Honestly, the channeled message was really more for the water signs. That's what I do have something for earth and air and fire, but I did definitely want to focus on the water signs because it is definitely very taxing, a lot of this energy. Earth, really the general message for earth is to just kind of stand your ground, especially if you're a Taurus, and to just hold space. But more so, you know, a lot of the purpose of this real magical energy is with Virgo putting into form a lot of what you've been irrationally contextualizing. And this is why I say it's cool to go full fish tard, because the difference is when you come into an energy like Virgo, you're not in that Piscean energy anymore. You're not in that Piscean I can believe anything energy anymore. So affirmations and manifestations fizzle out because by the time you get into Virgo, you don't believe in it anymore. It's like, oh, this isn't realistic. Oh, your mind or other people come up with ways to debunk certain irrational things that you have. But this is why I said it doesn't matter if you're right. It doesn't even matter if it's true. Well, it matters if it's true to you, but it doesn't matter if you're right, because it's more important that you be yourself, to where as long as you can hold yourself accountable to being wrong, you can still do what you're doing and make your own magic. So if you keep that same energy under the energy of the critical, like you need that critical energy. Some of you are in positions where you're needing people to either reject you or you're needing people to deny what you're doing, because now what you're doing is legitimized, whereas before it was just up in the air. Like some of your subconsciousnesses are geniusly assessing situations like that, forcing hard negates in an effort to maybe even intend things you know aren't going to come true, or intend things you know will come true, just so that an opposite energy can acknowledge it. Whether it agrees, whether it disagrees, it doesn't matter as long as you connect. And this is what's opening up with the South Node in Aquarius, the true magic of energetic perception, to where you can if you know someone's zodiac sign, if you know someone's moon sign, you can literally alchemize people's energy. Aquarius and Pisces have been beta testing this for a while, to where if you exchange energy with others, you can, for a moment, in a moment's time, you know, actually connect through their energy and intend. Like if I talk with a Taurus and I talk with a Virgo, this is a very abstract example, but I know that Taurus person's energy is going to be in my aura for maybe 4 hours longer than the Virgo. The Sagittarius energy might only last for 20 minutes because it's a very quick energy. It's fire. So within 20 minutes, I can take that energy in my aura and manifest with it. We didn't have the awareness to really do that before, save a few people. Now we do. This is why the greatest currency that exists is other human beings. All right, Aquarius. I think that's really all I have to say. Mars reaching a peak at 29 degrees Capricorn and Venus reaching a peak at 29 degrees Libra is going to 100% push forward a whole lot of your energy in very powerful and beautiful ways that will exponentially crystallize a lot of your superpowers, exponentially crystallize and bring fully into reality supernatural concepts that have been occurring since birth, but some of you are just barely now aware of it. Certain habitual subconscious patterns that you probably thought was an illness or a disease, you're going to realize, no, this is actually a part of how it works. Okay. And a lot of this is going to be understood by you. And this is what gives you that personal sense of power. And this is what proves that no one else is you. That's your superpower. Okay. So keep that in mind. Once again, it's getting lit. All of this is happening this week. And we end the week off with a new moon. This new moon in Virgo is going to allow you to really connect with your own real way of perceiving and living this life. And it's a concept that I would like to introduce in an abstract way because Neptune is still in Pisces. So it's like you're drawing from your dreams, you're drawing from the spiritual realm in order to co-create the reality you're in. And so this is where a week like this polarizes who is the real deal and who's just pretending, who is hitting the snooze button and who is really, actually aware. Do you acknowledge the presence of a quantum realm or another whole spiritual world that doesn't exist as physically like this one does? And that is the reason why this reality exists, as real as whatever exists is being observed, and in a quantum sense, may be the reason why it exists. The reason why I may be here is because you're actually projecting this awareness of me in your personal place within time and space. Okay, so in that sense, do you believe that you are connecting with this world that in a certain sense doesn't have to be contextually understood because it's not this dimension? All right, versus are you just here without any support? Are you just here connecting with a lot of these coincidences? I mean, it's a bit of a false dilemma. It doesn't have to be just those two, but this is really just an example to keep in mind. Your relationship with the spiritual realm has everything to do with this miracle magic and divine magic initiation and coronation. For those of you who have done the divine magic, or rather miracle magic initiation during the full moon in Pisces, this moon in Gemini is the signal. It's the third quarter square to where we focus to the new moon for the coronation. So everything up from the full moon in Pisces to the moon in Gemini was 100% just evoking energies within you to release. And now that it's released, you can fully focus on what you're ready to build your new reality with, and pull on the energy of Neptune and Pisces to literally make dreams real in Virgo. Okay, you're going to notice the more you focus on even the most out there of intentions, the more you're going to feel critical energy deterring you. The more you're going to hear the doubts in your head saying, you're crazy for this. You're weird. This is not realistic. This isn't going to happen. The louder those voices get, the more what you're doing is working. And let me not say voices, because it's nothing that really crazy. The louder this doubt gets, the louder this fear gets, the stronger you sense the opposition. This is a good sign that your manifestation is coming into reality, because that is the opposing energy that is acknowledging it and keeping it into form. So that through your belief, you create it. Most people doubt, and just as it's about to break through, they just nerf it. They no longer believe, and they stop feeding it the energy to come into form. And then also shout out to Unicia. Are we in a simulated reality? Are the planks that we have just pixels? All right. So these concepts are going to now come into a real basis. This moon and Gemini energy, within 2 hours, you are going to manifest a very important epiphany about how to take this is it. Your sword is coming through. Hold me on this. You're going to manifest an epiphany about how to take the supernatural abstract awareness and communicate it and think about it so that over the course of this week, it becomes a real concept. If you've ever wanted the details about how to make sense of this, this is the week, every day this week. And this is everything we're going to use from September to November to step into the portal of the supernatural. So once again, whenever we go from the portal of the supernatural to the spiritual realm, Sagittarius season to Pisces season, we're in a position where we're evolving our abstract internal world, and we're coming in with new dreams, and we're evolving our supernatural energy. And once we go from Pisces season to Gemini season, we're still doing this, but from a higher minded sense to a lower minded sense, where we're taking all this inspiration and now we're feeling into it ourselves. From Gemini season to Sagittarius season, we're in the real world. And in this real world, we're taking all this internal awareness and we're bringing it out to people. We're having conversations with people. We're debating people. We're actually crystallizing and sharpening our sword. And we're in a position to where we can actually take what we learned from the inside and bring it out. And so this is why the most important phase is that Virgo season to Sagittarius season. Because from Gemini season to Virgo season, it's now field testing your concepts in the real world, but it's still personal. Once we step into Libra season, it's out into the world. You're testing a lot of your inner development and growth towards other people, and then bam. Once we go into this portal, into the supernatural, it's going to be with Jupiter, and there's a boost, and a lot of people are just going to literally ascend, just be like, boop, okay, and it all really starts now. It's been starting like 8 years ago, but it's definitely going to kick off this moon in Gemini right now, because you're going to, with this intention, connect, okay? So the channeled messages that I have for the fire signs, I was going to do air, but I'm going to do fire. Fire signs. Oh, hold on. Fire signs. You are gods and goddesses. Everybody has fire in them. Everybody who's alive is made up of all the elements, okay? And you fire signs represent the gods, like ye are gods, but like in the most primordial form. And it's important because this is no longer set to be a concept, and you have, for the past 10 years, been building a greater conceptual awareness of what it means to be a god, okay? Of what it, and when I say God, please know that God and goddess is a human-made term. I'm really talking more about a higher order celestial. Fire signs are able to see that which other elements cannot really see, as sight comes from fire, and this ever-blazing, life-giving energy is the source of consciousness, where you have Leo, and the embers emerging from Leo is the magic of Sagittarius, and Aries is literally the spark that comes from this consciousness, okay? So your whole ability to transform into this God form is coming into play. Aries, it is because you're this warrior that you cannot have, it's Saturn is treating you like a child, where it's going to be the hardest on you, because it actually, it's, what's the word? It actually expects the most out of you. Capricorn expects a lot out of Libra, but it expects the most out of you, Aries. And so it's going to be incredibly hard on you, more than it is on other zodiac signs. And you have to be in a position to really represent this independent, individual, authentic God that you are, in, of course, the most authentic of ways, without really gaining that necessary help. And so you're being put in situations that really make you question whether you're going to make it out. But that's the whole point, because you create your legend this way by remembering you are a form of God, okay? And this is important because, once again, we all have fire. We all have this God energy within us, or connected to us in some way. And this is important because angels, air signs, you represent the angels and agents. And the reason why that we need air opposite fire is because if we have gods go out of control and just get so caught up in their passion, they can ether everything they created. And so angels need to serve as the opposite signs with their higher intellect, that they may not be as powerful as fire, but they have higher intellect to be in a position to hold the gods at bay. A lot of people, for some reason, feel that angels are below gods and gods are high supreme beings. Gods are really just creators and life givers. You have angels of death, you have angels of joy. Angels are beings that are able to assist and partner gods and actually, and this is just a concept, by the way. I'm really just talking about the interplay between fire and air. It doesn't have to, remember, angel is a human-made term for messenger. God is a human-made term as well. The relationship between gods and angels are connecting, and this has a lot to do with water and fire as well. Because to earth signs, the rest of us are aliens. Earth signs have the most realistic perception of reality than all the other signs. That's why to a Taurus, to a Virgo, you know what I'm saying, when they listen to these air signs and they listen to these fire signs and they listen to these water signs, they don't really know what we're really saying because they only hear what's real. It's like, yeah, you're saying all this magical, mystical stuff, but how is it real? Like, how can I make real sense of it? So don't let that disconnect really get personal to you, because once again, if I go back to the fire, you have to understand you're not really from here. You and water are representatives of the spiritual world. I told you, do you believe in this quantum realm? I don't have to convince fire signs. I don't have to convince true air signs that the quantum realm exists. Any skeptical air sign or fire sign is skeptical because they have earth and because they have air. Fire, you are a living representation, the animator of the quantum realm, of the spiritual realm, and your real world counterpart is the air signs. Water, your real world counterpart is the earth signs. In that sense, there's a bit of a twin flame or mirroring connection here, but it also works with other elements. So Leo, this is important for you as well, as you are this source of 5D consciousness, and you have to be in a position with this North Node energy, similar to Aries, to stand for your own awareness, if that makes sense. Continue to animate and give life, as well as what Cancer is doing. Cancer and Leo are in a special predicament because the awareness that Cancer and Leo has is as magic as Gemini, really bridging like cartoon shit that doesn't happen in real life, but it's happening in your real life, and you're having to literally balance. And if you notice, what is one thing that's common between Cancer, Leo, and Gemini? Those are the zodiac signs that are in between Pisces and they're in between Virgo. So they're not polarized. Like Libra and Virgo have a keen sense of reality. That's why they think everyone else is delusional, because they're focused on focused on what's the realist. Whereas Cancer, Gemini, Leo, they can see Pisces magical stuff. They can see real life Virgo stuff. Just like Capricorn, Sagittarius, and Aquarius, but they're seeing it from a higher perspective that is more biased towards what's real. So I'm trying to kind of show you how these dynamics work on, not to say that the others are less real, just more limited in awareness. However, given this whole quantum infinite nature and realm of the spiritual realm, you know what I'm saying? This is allowing you at a much greater level to tap in and master your personal magic. And Sagittarius, the reason why it's actually hard, like for water signs, I could really go in on each sign. For air signs, for fire signs, and for earth signs, I don't really have to go within each sign because all of your message is tribe specific. Fire, you just need to shine harder than you've shined before because people need to see your light. And Sagittarius, this message is doubly for you. Every time you shine, it incurs at a cost. I'm sorry. You have that Neptune square. So every time you shine your light, someone is going to really feel you're crazy. Like they're going to get in their feelings. They're going to 100% get in their feelings because they're going to wonder why you can say with confidence things that makes them feel you're delusional. And it's hard for people don't know what to do with you, Sagittarius, because like you're out here living this reality that people can't see, and right before they doubt it, you're fulfilling your end of the bargain. It's like people want to kind of get at you, but you're coming through. It's like you're bringing stuff out of nothing and people don't know how. And Sagittarius, you need to shine that light. You're shining a light for a few, for a smaller amount of people. And even though the vision I want to give you, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, is you're shining your light, and people are, there's a crowd of people seeing you shine your light, and they're like, oh my gosh, that person's insane, that person's weird, that person's crazy. You have some people are like, oh, I like this guy, this person's kind of weird, crazy, you know, the same thing but different polarities. But it's like there's someone behind that crowd that it's like you're not even focused on the crowd, you're focused past that crowd at the person who needs to see the light. And it's like, oh, I'm inspired, and now they shine their light because they needed to see you do it, especially you, Sagittarius. Okay, they're going to twist what you're doing. They're going to twist what you're saying. They're going to twist the motive of what you're doing. That's the age we live in, where people take the prerogative of the truth you spoke to make it mean what they thought you should have said versus what you really meant. So none of that matters. None of that matters. Opinions don't matter as much as people really think they do. As helpful as they can be, it's just 2 cents. Do what you feel inside and shine for that purpose so that the people who see it can see it. And earth signs, really all I could say is just stand your ground and try not to go crazy. Like I don't really have any other message to give you. Taurus, you have Uranus killing it in your sign. Like you guys are super genius overnight. And you've had wisdom that you've built for like years, and now it's just coming online to where you're just in your zen. But this could make you go crazy with the Jupiter opposition because you're super psychic and you know before people are full of crap that they're about to be full of crap. And so you just have to stand there just being full of crap. Virgo, Capricorn, you have to really be more patient with people because all the rest of the elements are going through their own personal biases, their evolution. They don't have as much grounding of reality as you have because that's your power. Like you're the real ones. I almost want to say you're the humans of the zodiac, but it's important. I've been getting, I sometimes feel like earth and water might be the goddess demon in the goddess demon interaction, but I still need to have patience for that. Like if fire signs are gods and earth signs are angels, but you know, there's God versions of earth signs, fire signs, air signs, and water signs. Because remember, God is just a title. It's just a specific classification of awareness that we're coming into definition of, and that definition comes a lot heavily influenceable through you, Earth. And that's why I was saying, Virgo, you're going to be set a lot more dumb people. And you just have to do whatever you can and not go crazy. I really mean like dumb people. And it's not really the type of people that you can be. The lesson isn't about being compassionate, because some of these dumb people want you to, it's like they're making you go crazy. I'm talking about the type of dumb that's like annoying. That's the type of dumb that makes you feel like you're stupid. Like if you want to piss a Virgo off, make them feel like they're stupid when they're right. Like Virgo, you ever deal with someone who has no idea what they're talking about, but they're looking at you condescendingly, like you don't know at all what you're saying because they got their research from 2 YouTube videos, even though you've done real research and have actually studied for years, and they're looking down on you as if all those real information is not even true, and that you're just, so you don't do research at all. But I do research because once again, I have 2 YouTube videos that will shut you down, and I don't have to listen to anything you say because most of the real facts you're saying, I'm too stupid to even comprehend, nor do I even care because I'm not even trying to argue to be right. I just want to argue so that I can just have whatever I believe be true. Virgo, you're going through it. I understand. I kind of understand, but it's not easy. See, Capricorn doesn't entertain it It's not like Capricorn isn't being sent stupid people. Capricorn's just curving them left and right. Capricorn will even smack some of them before they curve them, like, oh, you're trying to waste my time? Goodbye. Like, go away. Curve, curve, curve. Taurus has a moat. So, like, you have to know somebody to get to Taurus. Virgo, you're just defenseless. Like, that's why you're getting sent all these dumb people. It's because Taurus and it's because Capricorn, they sold you out. Capricorn's like, go to Virgo, leave me alone. Taurus is like, you're not worthy. Virgo's defenseless. Go bother them. And then all these dumb people are just coming to you. Like, I don't have advice for Capricorn. Just keep curving people like you've been curving people. Capricorn, I'm gonna say at some point you may feel like, are you probably going overboard by curving people? Like some of you are literally curving like thousands of people at once. And it's like, no, Capricorn, you need to up your curve game. Your curve game is still weak. Your curve game is still weak, Capricorn. 1,000 people at once, that's nothing. Holla at me when you curving 5,000 people a second, okay? Up that curve game. Your curve game needs to be even higher. Some of you Capricorns are thinking you have to be nice and you saying hi to people you know damn well you're not trying to say hi to, all right? Don't play yourself, Capricorn. Give that stank face to the person you know you ain't trying to smile at. They need to get it from you. They need to get it from you, Capricorn. And Taurus, you already have the juice. We already talked about you. So that's all I can say, Earth. Like, just don't go crazy, because if you even let someone like me, I'm Gemini. Like, the only reason why I can be normal for a bit is because I have the Capricorn. But if you were with me, I would drive you crazy. Like, I have a Gemini, and I will make you go crazy. I will just talk incessantly. And it's like, this is why I gotta be single, because it's like, if you guys once again want to know why I am single for real, it's because you ladies deserve better. You ladies deserve better. You don't need no annoying ass Gemini out here driving you crazy. I'm a charming ass mofo. I hate to make this all about me for a bit. I'm a charming ass mofo, and I can trap people. I have that Venus in the 12th fly trap, and I make it look like I could probably, I'm a little weird, but hey, maybe if I get to know him, I can change him. He might be good. I am a waste of your time, ladies. Don't waste your time with me. Don't let this good-looking face and communication ability get you. That's how us Geminis get you. You fall for it every time. Stop fall for it. Okay, y'all ladies are so beautiful. You don't deserve this. Okay, I couldn't date Earth because the sex would be amazing at first, but then within 2 weeks, I would just keep talking. I'd be saying some dumb stuff, fallacious arguments. I'd be superficial. You'd be talking to me. I'd be on my phone, not paying attention, and you'll be wondering whether to wring my neck. Do you know how much I want to marry a Cancer woman, a Scorpio woman, a Pisces woman? Do you know how much I want to be with a water sign? But I know I can't be with a water sign because I'm so insensitive. I have that Capricorn moon. I have that Gemini sun. I will cut you to pieces. You're going to want me to care about stuff that I'm not going to care about, and you deserve better. You deserve a Pisces person who's just going to sing to you romantically. I'm dry as hell. I can't even bring myself to sing for myself. How am I going to be romantic to you? You deserve it. You know, the sex is going to be so amazing, even better than the Earth. But after 2 weeks, I'm going to realize, damn, I actually really have to romance this person. Damn, water is really about this. I thought they were just kind of horny. They really live this romantic life. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then next thing you know, they want to kill me because I'm so insensitive. Fire, you think I don't want to date you, Fire? You think I don't want to date you? Oh, what? Fire, you're sexy as hell. I will get with a Sagittarius chick right now. I have never met a Leo woman that I thought was ugly. I've never in my life met a Leo woman that I didn't want to date at some level. Like there's certain Leo chicks that I see as sisters, but like there's certain Leo women that, oh my gosh. And Aries, I never met an Aries woman who's not hot in some capacity. But I will not date you because you guys will kill me. You guys will fucking kill me, okay? I'll just be slipping, thinking that I said some joke. You know what I'm saying? You'll think I was cheating on you when I wasn't. And then before I can actually explain, you shot me in the face or you hit me in the brick because I know y'all be getting angry. I know y'all be getting angry. every domestic case that a woman beat a man, it's a fire sign. The woman had some fire or water. I'm sorry, but it's only until I'm with fire signs I could be a bit of a bitch. Okay, I'm thinking I'm all macho, and then the fire sign turns up on me, and I'm like, oh my God, please don't kill me. Okay, like I'm sorry. I am sorry. Like I don't want that embarrassment. I don't want to go out in public and then my fire sign woman is out here showing people that they tougher than me, and then it's like I'm her woman. It's like she the man and I'm her woman. I'm sorry, fire, you're mad competitive. And it's cool at first, but y'all do that, and then you're gonna find an air, you're gonna find a Libra to just leave me with. I'm sorry, fire, and that hurts. And air, I can date you, air. You're cool, air. I'm not gonna lie. I'll totally be you with the Gemini and the Libra and an Aquarius, but I think y'all are too cool for me. I couldn't be with a Libra or an Aquarius because they're just gonna be like, oh, you're so cute. You're like my little brother. And it's like, fuck, I totally want to be with a sexy ass Aquarius or a sexy ass Libra or even a sexy ass Gemini, but they just go hit me with the, oh no, let's just be friends. Because I'm also talking to like 6 other people at the same time, and you're just a Gemini scrub, and I don't want to hurt your feelings. No, it's all good. Okay, it's hard out here in these streets. I'm gonna just be a single hermit. I'm just be a single hermit for life. It is what it is. I ain't tripping. Y'all deserve better. Y'all want to be with this super magical hermit with resting bitch face who just talks to hear himself talk. I'm gonna just keep going in on myself. It is what it is. See, I even got a dislike on this video. I had to vent. I know I'm going off topic. I had to vent right now. This is what I deal with inside. I just wanted to vent and share my feelings. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So don't ask me if I'm gonna get with someone. I don't know. It is what it is. All right. And so we did earth, we did fire, we did water. Honestly, Aquarius woman will abduct you real quick. Just out of nowhere. Just be like, you know I'm not human, right? And then that's it. It's just like one moment. But anyway, yeah, air. I don't really have any message for you, air. Air, all I really have to say is I think you have to remember you represent higher consciousness, literally. You get information before others. This is why Gemini are the messengers. Like the way the air channel works is by the time Gemini gets a message, and I'm gonna do a video like this, the hierarchy of the zodiac. The highest energy is Sagittarius. So if we do the hierarchy of the zodiac right now, you have, and based on Kabbalic lessons too, fire is the highest element. Then you have water. I'm gonna make a World War Z episode about this. You have fire, then you have water, then you have air, and then you have earth. Earth is the lowest because this is the realist dimension. And by lowest, it doesn't mean worse. It just means the base. So Taurus is at the bottom because it's the foundation. This is what makes Taurus and Virgo the realist zodiac sign. Capricorn is at the top of the earth because it's the highest peak of the mountain, and Virgo is everything in between. It's the real experience. At the top, you have Sagittarius, and the central of the fire is Leo. Leo is the highest source energy, the light, and the very top of that is Sagittarius. That's why Sagittarius is the most spiritual zodiac sign. And it's hard to know that. It's hard to know that. Like fire is bar none spiritual. Fire and water kind of take that cake. And then you have Aries, right? Which is not really the lowest of the fire. It's just the ether part of it. And the Aries is the connectivity to that water, right? To where with the water, you have Scorpio. And above Scorpio is Pisces. And then you have Cancer. And the way I'm going through this is Aries, Leo, Sag, right? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, leading into Aries, all right? And then you have air, which is Libra. No. Aquarius is the highest of the air. I'm trying to make sense of this to you. You have the ground at Taurus, and then you have the ascent, the experience of rising, which is Virgo, and then the tip top mountain, which is Capricorn. And then At the top of the mountain, there's air. That actual divide between earth and air is the difference between Capricorn and Gemini. The breath. This is why Capricorn and Gemini have a very karmic soulmate relationship, the same as Aquarius and Taurus, because you have air, and then the ascent into the air is cardinal Libra. You're going higher into the air, and at the highest portion of space is Aquarius, cosmic galactic knowledge. I'm breaking it down. I promised I would do this. We're in Virgo season. So you have that dynamic between the galactic infinite expanse of space in Aquarius, and then the ground in a microcosmic geoterrestrial organism, which is Taurus. So after Aquarius, you now have the spiritual realm, where I don't know if it's at the edge of space, which you don't have to say, but there's the water moisture, Pisces, the moisture of water within the air, right? That now influences this interlap. So you can actually even see, instead of water and fire over air and earth, they're interlapped. So air, my message for you, because now you have water, the spiritual realm, heaven. After you get the sky, you have heaven, and then you have the light of heaven, right? Peace, Scorpio. Okay, so this is why I say water and fire are more spiritual than earth and air. Earth and air is the foundation to water and fire. Air, you represent higher cosmic knowledge. So the knowledge comes from Aquarius, it travels through Libra, and then Gemini gets the message, and then Gemini spreads that message to the rest of the zodiac, really Earth, okay? And this is important because air signs, you are processing information light years ahead of where everyone is. And this is all Aquarius's fault. Because of the South Node in Aquarius, Aquarius is literally in like the year 3000, okay? And so the nature of the information that we're channeling is coming from that Aquarian energy. Libra and Gemini have to work together to contextualize this futuristic information relative to where we are in this time and space. This is what makes it hard for you air signs to be understood. And my message for you, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, is to not lower yourself, to not feel like you have, it is okay to be weird. Like you're the weirdos of the zodiac, because weirdo means different, alien. You are literally out of this world. I hope that makes sense. Everything that you perceive, the way you communicate, you're in a position to uplift and bring higher. So you want to embrace that. Like the energy of Earth is going to weigh you down because that's what it's supposed to do. And it's going to confine you. That's why Earth limits air. It's going to confine you to make you slow down and to ground yourself, but you don't have to. You can respect that, but you don't have to. My message for you is to remember where you come from and to know that it's going to get weirder, and you want to embrace that, okay? So let's go back around. Water, the superpower that you're mastering is super empathy, being able to influence and manipulate the feelings of others. Seriously, it's honestly why I've been able to catch feelings for certain Cancer women way much more powerful than others. Horrible example, but this has a lot to do with the quality of emotional energy that you are stoking within yourself. I said that with a straight face, guys, that you're stoking within yourself and you're allowing receptively to attract, okay? And this is lethal. Water signs are the most lethal right now because you can't necessarily really see this occurring. It's so subatomic. It's almost unseen. Like a Pisces could read your whole mind and have a conversation real time, reading what you're thinking about and then knowing what to say based on what you feel and think inside. It's super advanced. It's not like Aquarius can't do that too. Aquarius should just rather not do so. So anyway, you know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. Fire, your power is super sight, clairvoyance, being able to not only see the energy in this reality, but then to also see outside of time, beyond and behind. And it's also not just fire and seeing, but also being able to enhance your spirit, being able to lay hands on people and to also light their fire. So fire signs are getting the more visual aspect of the supernatural awareness. Earth is similar to water, where theirs is so subtle. So Earth is able to do what water can do in a limited sense, but their manipulation and control is so subtle. And this is why Earth is even more dangerous than water. Because Earth signs will do the extra work to actually focus necessarily so. So as a Gemini, I could just be chilling. But as a Virgo, everything I'm doing is strategic and methodical. Like there is purpose to everything I'm doing. I'm just not going to tell everyone. The Earth is going to see certain things and they're not going to say anything. Water is going to see things and they're not going to say anything. Air and fire are going to speak on it instantly because we bring light to things. Like once we're aware of it, it's like, oh, and we bring that magic, we bring that light. And the reason why it's instinctual is because some of you are Yin-Yang apprentices. It wants to say it, but your earth and your water wants to keep it hidden. That's that dynamic. So earth is super subtle, super subtle, super subtle. And they're opening up their super manifestation ability. Earth is able to manifest really good. And air, you're opening up your telepathic ability and you're opening up your claircognizant ability. Especially Aquarius, you're stepping into omniscience. Like if you are a sun or a moon in Aquarius, Aquarius rising to degree, anyone with Aquarius energy, put the Aquarius emoji if you honestly, realistically sense that you're tapping into omniscience. I want you to think of it as an omniscient force that the air signs can locally tap into as a collective body of consciousness. So Aquariuses can tap into the mental realm and the Akashic realms and literally just know what they need to know when they need to know. All right. The South Node in Aquarius is literally giving y'all omniscience. And let me know, like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're not omniscient. Like that's a bold claim. That is a bold claim. Like I'm letting you know, like you can access omniscience through your Aquarius energy because the North Node in Leo plugged you into the source consciousness to where it was disconnected before. Okay. Shout out to Shadow Hunters. I got that Aquarius, Neptune and Uranus and Aquarius, they can do that as well. The reason why it's a bold claim is because when I'm saying omniscience, I mean omniscience. However, you're an Aquarius in an Earth dimension. So the knowledge that you know is not going to be, the knowledge that you know is going to clash with the facts that we have here. And your feeling of omniscience could feel that you're crazy. It may not feel like omniscience because it's not recognized knowledge. So that's really where the challenge with Aquarius is. A lot of it is because you're time displaced. Your spirit is not even from this place. So you're speaking on things that are true but have not even happened yet, or have not, or you're speaking languages that have not even been created yet, but it's not any less true. So that's just an example, okay? And yeah, that's really the energy and message for this week. Be prepared to fully master and crystallize your energy and just really focus your intent moving forward. That was kind of fun. And now I'm going to pull for the super chat. So I'm going to pull a card for everyone. It's very important that we kind of acknowledge we're all growing more super psychic. The reason why I was able to channel this so well is because I'm borrowing on your energy. You guys are evolving amazingly, amazingly. Okay, Sammy S, I'm actually channeling from my North Node in Aqua, so good question. So this card is for everyone, whether you're able to donate or not. The death card is talking about you being in a position to fully transform. The supernatural awareness, remember, super conscious invasion. Your dark side is battling you for your own power. So the death card and this supernatural evolution is literally killing the false sense of you, the false you, the part of you that is no longer real, the part of you that no longer needs to be a part of you. So be willing to let go and surrender what needs to let go and surrender. Some of you are feeling things are ending. Some of you feel like you're dying. Some of you feel like it's the end. And let me get real here. Let me get really, really real. Some of you are going through very incredible crisis where you're really looking at yourself as a human being and you're letting the weight of other people's expectations and beliefs and opinions on you really crush your soul. And it's really having you wonder whether you really believe in yourself as a human being. That is the death card. That is a good thing. Your old self is dying because there is a greater sense of you that is connecting online. It is your higher self. It is your God self. It is the you who knew who you were before you incarnated. Who are you outside of your name, outside of your career, outside of who other people know you as? This sense of yourself is coming out more than ever, but it is a very vulnerable process. It is not easy. And it can really, some of you can go crazy. Some of you can feel like killing yourself. And that's really the second part of this message. Some of you feel like dying, but don't let that make you die. Please don't end it. Don't feel like some of you who are feeling like ending it, this is temporary. And it's not that you're feeling like ending it because you're weak. Some of you have been going through intense pain, psychological and physical, that you cannot breathe. It's like you don't have anyone to talk to. It's like you've been suffocating on this. And the only logical thing that makes sense to do is to just end it. And it's like you don't feel like going out. I promise you, this is temporary. This is not going to last. This is literally just like that final pinch before it ends. And you get that light revived during Jupiter in Sagittarius. Don't be afraid to go hermit mode. Don't necessarily give in to energies that make you feel like you have to go out or you have to stay in all day. Like if you're doing anything that is unconventional, own up to it. Don't let people rush your timeline. Don't let people with their pretentiousness act like they know your script or that they can influence your script because they feel you should be doing something with your life that you're not. Focus on you. Give yourself the healing you need, please, and really be so much kinder to yourself. You have to understand there is a lot of projection. There are a lot of people who are bitter within themselves. And instead of turning that within themselves, they're projecting it on others. So just don't take it personally. You are not a failure. You are not a loser. You are not a weirdo. I'm not even going to say you're making mistakes. Like you're meant to do a lot of what you're meant to do. Just take responsibility and own up to it. And this is important because some of you have decided to hold space for people just completely disrespecting you. And that's because you chose to do that. You're not a martyr. You just chose to hold space. And I hate to say be the bigger person, but hold the bigger compassion and space of love. Some of you feel like you're dealing with remedial students, and that's because you are, where they might be an old age, but their spirit or soul is young. Okay, and they react very passionately to things, and they just have to be right. You don't need to let that in your inner world. And I really feel the need to say that because this death card can feel like the end. If it feels like the end, I promise you it's a new beginning, okay? It's an amazing new beginning. So Chad Taylor, the card that I have for you is the Page of Cups. Please also be reminded, whatever it is you're focusing and intending on, this is manifesting within 2 hours at the end of this broadcast. So just once again, bring that focus and really be in a position to really show yourself, like just focus on something magical. I'm wanting you to push the boundaries here and really transform what you think is possible so that you can do things that you didn't know were possible and thought were impossible. Case in point, some of you, especially if you're a Sagittarius, although some of you have already done this, set the intention to levitate. Set the intention to levitate. something that is just out there, something that is like, oh my gosh, that's that breakthrough. Like, wow, I didn't know this was actually possible. I didn't know I can manipulate the gravity pull on my own body to levitate and or to do like, and this intention is to connect with your higher self. That's the purpose of it. So Chad, we do have the Knave of Cups. This is talking about a new feeling. This is talking about greater psychic ability, raising through any love connections, fresh new feelings, especially when it comes to love. So just be willing to tap into it. You're not delusional for feeling the way you're feeling, even if it feels a bit feminine. Lily 626, we have the Four of Wands and we have the Two of Wands, but more so the King of Swords. And this is you really stepping into a lot of celebration and stepping into higher intellect. You may be reuniting with a very intelligent man, okay? Davida B, we do have the Nine of Pentacles. You getting them racks up, and you're going to be in a very amazing position to taste a greater level of financial independence. Kate Grossman, your relationship is actually aligned to your work, and you want to find a way where you can diffuse any tensions in your relationship by having any partner you're with actually help you with the work you're doing. And this fusion is going to, during that, let any issues arise so that they could be dealt with a lot more amicably. Empress, we have the Seven of Wands. People think you're crazy, girl. People think you're crazy for what you're doing. Stand your ground. They don't know the channeled information you have. So even though, because they don't have that information, they don't have the understanding. But with your understanding, you actually have the advantage. So don't back down and don't give up, okay? Binti T, what Spirit wants you to know is that sometimes things go boom, but there's a great realization and awakening that will come from this unexpected upheaval. So just expect the unexpected within the next 24 hours, okay? Nika, we have the Hierophant. You want to do things by the book. You want to take the advice you have been learning through traditional outlets that might be a bit boring, but are tried and true. The more you can kind of, kind of like listening to advice you get from church. It's like kind of corny or cliche, but you want to take that, okay? Whereas you're taking things slow, you're doing things a traditional way. Astro Dim 7, we have the Tower card for you too. It's anything between an unexpected pregnancy or a lottery win. I hope you don't get pregnant, girl. That'll suck. Unless you wanted the baby, then that would be amazing. But I can already see you right now, like, oh, I don't get. But anyway, yeah, things are just going to happen overnight, okay? Hopefully in a positive sense. Sammy S, we do have the Nine of Wands, which is saying to stand your ground as well and to really stay perseverant and to just hold your ground because you're about to step into breakthrough. You're just letting your experience catch up to you. Island Vibes 305, you're going to really spark unexpectedly this week career breakthrough where you're going to be able to monetize certain of your passions. This is almost like going through a whirlwind romance where you're having to very powerfully open up to new passions. Like a new talent is going to wake up within you, and it's going to be very powerful, okay? Under the mystic moon, you're actually in a position to also awaken a deeper part of your heart. And this is going to make you feel loopy. It's almost like falling in love all over again for the first time. It is 100% your astral pregnancy. It's almost like falling in love again for the first time. You want to embrace these feelings because it's going to recharge your psychic senses with this animation. And it could also mean new relationship. Leslie, we have the Page of Cups and the Death card. So new feelings and new love is going to lead to transformation. And it's also going to lead to a sort of ego death through this relationship. So keep that in mind, because if you're single, this may change. All right. Enoch, Congratulations on the transformation. We have the 10 of Swords. It's saying you're truly transformed. There's nowhere to go but up, and you want this to be your excitement. You may be at rock bottom, but you're now fully cleared of all that bad karma, and you can now move forward. All right. And this is cause for excitement. All right. Carrie Ann Pearl, we do have the 2 of Swords. It's interesting because it does look like they're mental blocks. It's not like your sex life is actually suffering in any sense, not like you said it was, but you are mentally blocked. We do have the 2 of Swords and the 8 of Swords, and these could be removed. You just want to be in a position to examine what thoughts you allow to stop you and replace them with positive thoughts. But also this new moon will take those blindfolds off too. K Martin, we have the 7 of Swords and we have the 8 of Cups. So I think your spirit guides are kind of playing games with you because they want you to leave a situation that you might not be leaving. And so they're showing you synchronicities to kind of try and finesse you to leave this person or situation. But it's finesse because it's not like you're wrong for being with that person. It's just your spirit guides don't like this situation. So they're just trying to give you signs so that you leave. Deborah Casey, and you might want to listen to him too. We have the World. So you're stepping into great completion, and this is going to be met with total success, especially in love. K Martin, great question, because it's not really just one situation. I really got more so like a friend or a work situation, and just different areas where you feel pulled to leave, or if you need to leave or go. Or this could be something that happens within the next 2 weeks. Lady Snake Priestess. What? That's really petty of your ex. Interesting, because with the King of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands, this is really more so speaking of you making higher financial plans, but I think this is your ex. And are the shady people at work going to get exposed? Not all of them. The Page of Swords is saying for the shady people at work, there's someone who's watching what they're doing. This is the spy card. So there's someone who's spying on what they're doing, which is actually interesting because this kind of comes into focus too. And some of them are going to get exposed, but not all of them. Some of them have airtight alibis, really. But yeah, the 2 of Wands, that's interesting. It's talking about your financial plans coming into play. It's just, I don't know why that has to do with your ex. And that's really just more so, we could say the retrograde coming out the shadow period. Keely Ray Ann. We have the 7 of Swords. Let me do it again. 7 of Swords is saying beware of deception. Yeah, that makes sense. We also have the Page of Swords and the Temperance. So the 7 of Swords and the Page of Swords is spying. It's almost either like you're coming into new ways to balance your life, but just be mindful of people who you let in your life, because you may tell them things and they're just trying to gain information from you. All right. Anyone who you feel might be like that, they're like that. Joa, the alien goddess. We have the Hermit. So the reclusive time you might have spent to yourself is paying off at a much greater level. Okay. And it's allowing you to really tap into your true authentic self. So really heed the guidance you've given yourself, because it is truly divine wisdom. Binti, what does my friend Nicole Razy need to know? Nicole, we have the 10 of Wands. You have a lot of burden on your plate, right? But all this busyness you have is going to lead into great admiration. Once you get all that work done, you're going to really raise popular opinion. People are going to really see you as the real deal, okay? AZ, Soul Sex is bomb. We do have the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is urging you to walk away, especially from a romantic situation, because if you walk away from a romantic situation, we do have a new romantic situation. It doesn't even have to be from a romantic situation. You're just going to be seeking deeper meaning. And you might have felt disconnected from other people, but you're going to connect with someone soon who truly understands and loves you for you. Dark raw indigo, unless you're already with that person, then it's just talking about new feelings being refreshed. Dark raw indigo, we have the Nine of Wands, but we also have the Two of Swords. And these two energies are very reserved and held back. And it's saying that your discernment is very wise right now. You want to apply this level of discernment to people who you connect with this week. Even if they have all the accolades, you want to listen to what they say and hold them accountable and not really just give them the benefit of the doubt. Evelyn A, we have the Four of Pentacles, which is talking about recognition and assured material gain. You're getting a lot more money. The Hierophant, which is saying you're going to be connecting with official channels. And not only are you going to be gaining recognition, these are going to push through into mainstream channels with people who have large followings. The Two of Wands is talking about you taking your goals and plans with these people and manifesting them to huge success with the Sun. So this is talking about life-changing success and breaking through to the next level of success to where you're working on more important projects with more influential people. Donna Rollins, Spirit wants you to know that just like Evelyn, you are also stepping into greater financial stability. And with the Temperance card, you're going to use this extra income to really put your life in greater order. So your life is coming into balance and stability. Stellar, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we also have the Two of Swords. So Stellar, this is talking about coming into a lot of money. I knew it. Stellar, you're about to be, okay, $1 Billion Vibe Tribe, keep this a secret. Okay, you guys don't know who Stellar is too. I don't either. But Stellar, I don't know your financial situation. I don't know if you're already rich, but you're about to come into so much more money. A lot of money. Dave Chappelle money, let's say. And I say Dave Chappelle money because he had that skit where it's like he couldn't go anywhere without people like pulling the gun holster, like, let me see some of that money. So don't tell anybody. When you like, you're gonna, I don't know if it's gonna be a new sense of passive income or just a windfall or inheritance. It could be an inheritance. Don't tell anybody. Keep this secret, okay? Don't let people know that you're low-key a millionaire or a billionaire, okay? T'Challa B, I have the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles for you. So you don't have to really hide it. If anything, this is more so you manifesting your $1 billion vibe. But it's important because along with the channel message, even if you don't have the money liquid, you have this countenance in your spirit. And you want to, even if you didn't have $1 billion in the bank, you want to really walk around like you do. And keep this in mind because these cards are for everyone now. We have the Tower and the Ace of Wands. This is sponsored by T'Challa and Stellar, so thank them. Their higher selves ordained this. I know that just sounds like I pulled it out my ass, but trust me here. We have the Tower and the Ace of Wands. Overnight, I think this has a lot to do with what's manifesting. Instant manifestation of a very balanced relationship. Some of you may be moving in with some kindred lovers, okay? I don't know who in the live chat did a love spell for everybody just now, or maybe for themselves. If anyone just did a love spell, I think that's where this came from. But Cindy G or T'Challa B, walk with that boldness here. Or Cindy G, this week is the Eight of Swords. You have the opportunity to transcend from stuck feelings. You have certain thoughts that make you feel stuck. And the Judgment card wants you to review and reevaluate your whole life and release these blindfolds from your eyes to where you don't necessarily allow yourself to be crippled by any insecure thoughts, okay? Which is normal to have, but just turn them into positive ones. Dank Wizard, we have the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is a hands-on approach, practical approach to really staying productive and busy. And as you multiply your money, you're gonna quickly come up on financial stability and greater recognition because of the hustling you've been doing. And this works as spiritually as well as it does physically. Andrea Lentz, the channeled message that I have for you is to not give up. You are currently engaging with concepts and individuals or rather, once again, more so concepts that other people can't really see, but don't make it any less real. And this is very important because you're so close to breaking through and you don't want to stop or give up now. Okay. Amber, you are on the right path. Sharon Andrea, I dreamt of DC Twin and their GFs. It was nighttime. I was talking to DC, who was in a suit. Oh my God. Well, we do have the Two of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles and the Hangman in between. So I see this perhaps as, and now here's you, I see this perhaps as you choosing not to play the martyr and you choosing not to be juggled. And it's I think at some point, and this is also outside of the circumstance you spoke of, but I think it's really talking about you deciding not to really play the martyr and to just kind of play the fall girl or the fall woman. Now, the next cards I'm going to pull are the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Four of Wands. So it's like you might have had to leave certain situations, but there is a new situation where like you've kind of ended certain karma and it's going to open up to this new, and you're already feeling into this newness as well. So that's totally awesome too. Okay. Khalil Lewis, the message that I have for you is to be a bit more assertive in your approach. The ideas you have, which will just come up when you're with certain people, be assertive in the way that you subtly tell them, because it's like allowing you to be more of a on the spot messenger to people, where you're holding space and their higher selves are giving you messages to give to them because they know you're persuasive. All right. Positively, Trisha, we have the Knave of Swords and the Four of Wands. So this date, if anything, is bringing forth great celebration, especially when it comes to certain ideas you've been learning about and studying about as well. Emily Gear, the channel message that I have for you, I don't know if you have any children. I'm sensing 2 children right now who are kind of looking up to you to teach them the spiritual path and to really be in a position to show them the right way to walk their spiritual path. I don't know if you have children. So if you don't have children, this is talking about certain friends you have who have the spirit of children. Like if you don't have kids, and this could also be, even if you have kids, it could be your kids and these other people, but I specifically see the vision of someone who might be old, but they have the spirit of a kid, and they could even be older than you, but like you're their parent. But I also do pick up kids. So the channel message I have for you too is you're specifically fulfilling your destiny path the last 2 years of this path of teaching these kids or these kids' spirits the right way to act with integrity and the right way to actually, walk their spiritual path. They're very closely watching you. Okay. Melissa Smith, we do have the Ace of Cups. Your spiritual path is involving new love. You're going to be connecting with spirit on a much deeper level, which is going to open your heart and produce psychic breakthrough. Congratulations. Lisa, we have the Ace of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. They're new projects. This new project that you're stepping into is, or may have recently started, is one you could put your heart in. So it's something you're going to be able to integrate what you love. This is actually really good to get with the project card because it's definitely speaking of you also really connecting on a much more passionate level with the work you do. Okay, so any projects that you have in work are a green light and a great omen. Jazz, am I on the right path, even though it doesn't feel like it? Yes, the Two of Cups and the Seven of Wands is urging you to stay committed to the path and the relationship you have with the path, and to even stand up for any partnerships or connections you are in, okay? Taylor Grayson, the card that I have for you is the Three of Pentacles, and this is coming with the Hangman. So it's saying to really surrender to how you're really operating within a project, because even though it doesn't seem like there's much you can do, it's still going to end up very successful if you're in a situation like that, or will be. Goddess Adorned, the goddess, literal goddess energy coming from your crown is giving other people visions. So you're literally like a source hub for people to download visions from. This is what can kind of make dynamics weird with other people, and it can kind of make it seem like other people kind of twitch around you or feel weird. It's because you're literally transmitting downloads towards people over the next like 3 weeks. It's something you actually do a lot, but it's a lot much more powerful this next 3 weeks. So it's something to keep in mind. And this is as simple as also you sparking ideas within people and through conversation. Miss Kiki, we have the Five of Pentacles, and this is coming with the Two of Wands. So it's saying even if you feel like you don't have much or you're feeling alienated, this is the best time to really plan your future and to really see what it is and how you can work your magic. Especially because you might be dealing, I don't think that's you, I think you might be dealing with someone who might look poor, but they actually have a lot of amazing plans that they can work with you on. And to just keep that in mind, not everything is as it seems. Annie M, we have the Eight of Cups, but we also have the Page of Cups. I think there's someone that you're wanting to share your heart with. You're wanting to write a letter, a romantic letter, to tell them you like them, but you're letting your thoughts stop you. And you don't want to let your thoughts stop you. Share your feelings, because this person may actually feel it too. And even if they don't, it'll be courageous on your part. The Fifth World. We have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is speaking of you staying productive, and the busyness you have will multiply your income. And just make sure you have a hands-on approach with how you're investing in new income streams as well and doing what you're doing. Tasia Woods, we have the Queen of Swords, which is urging you to stay professional and objective in your outlook. The focus you have on your independent projects will pay off greatly. And this could be a Libra or an intelligent woman that is going to be central to you this week. Brandy Mack, we have the Magician card, and this is coming with the Knight of Swords. So you have everything and all the resources that you need in order to Golden Unicorn, I am nowhere near your question, so just please be a little bit more patient. Yeah, Brandy Mack, this is definitely talking about you having all the resources you need to manifest what it is you want to work on. And with the Knight of Swords, this could be a younger energy that could help you manifest this, but it's also telling you to multitask and to really take decisive and quick action. KB Shang, we have the Five of Pentacles. So Saturn in the Cap in the fourth house meaning is building value, especially through real estate, and it's stabilizing your income. So if you had any financial difficulty recently, through the help of a reliable, consistent friend, they could help raise your credit as well, or at least stability. Rebecca Resser, we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is speaking of greater financial income and recognition due to your hard work, okay, which is great because your moon is 24 degrees Cap, and this is a Capricorn card. In fact, Rebecca Resser, your moon at 24 degrees Capricorn is the Osiris degree. So you tap into Osiris, and the card of Osiris is the Four of Pentacles. This is the god of resurrection and death. So Osiris teaches about the sun and the stars. Osiris also grants greater stability and power. So I really see that as well as another meaning, that you're able to tap into this Egyptian god's energy because it does flow through your soul very powerfully. White Cascade, we have the Death card. The Death card is saying it is the right time to advise your business, but just know it's going to mark the end of, whatever else you're doing. So I could interpret this as no, but I see the death card as conditional. If you're ready to kind of end what you were doing before, then yeah, it's time. Swirly 777. Thank you, Emily. We have the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Cups and the Page of Wands. Okay. We have, of course, you know, it's encouraging you to get excited, to go on an adventure. I think if you're feeling more detached from other people and alienated, this is a good thing because you're going on an adventure to find deeper meaning. In fact, Emily, you're about to go on a badass adventure. I want you to think Legend of Zelda, and it's going to be awesome because it's going to be real life and personal. Nayeli C, we do have the Eight of Swords. You are stronger than the negative thoughts you hear trying to cripple you. You are way stronger than that. And you don't need to take seriously your mental fears. You really can turn those around and you can empower yourself to replace it with a positive thought. It's cliche advice, so I'm not going to lie. But when you actually do it actively, it does build power a little bit. Okay, Anja 11, or a lot. We do have the Queen of Swords, Anja, the Queen of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles also is talking about your own intelligence, helping you stabilize your income and come into great recognition. Just stay focused, even if it means you're more focused on your projects than anything superficial, okay? Gladiator in sweats. I do have the Hangman, and I also do have the Four of Wands and the Temperance. So you are transforming a lot of, you're graciously handling your ego death and transforming aspects of your personality, which is going to be met with celebration because you might have felt a lot of tension before, but this is all going to shift into happiness and a balance to where, okay, you're not necessarily having to worry about where things are going. So it is worth surrendering and letting go. Golden Unicorn, where am I in my ascension journey? What are my gifts and blessings? Well, there is a gift directly from the universe. In your ascension journey, you are ready to take the full merit of everything you've gone through, and you're in a position to physically manifest this as a project, as an actual source of income. This is not just one gift that I'm sensing. And with the Two of Wands, the gifts and blessings that you have are your own sense of fortune and your ability to be authentic and original and to take your talents and to create something original to contribute to the world. Okay, Miss Leo Scorp Aqua, I have this great connection with the Sagittarius I met recently. What can you tell me, my friend? Well, the presence of the Ace and the Page of Pentacles is really great because the Sagittarius friend has the grounds to be a practical, reliable friend who can almost start up something practical. If it was the Ace of Cups, it'd be more emotional. The Ace of Pentacles is perhaps a work project or something healthy. Maybe you guys might exercise together. Maybe you guys might actually create something physical together, like actual like product, which is pretty cool. The possibilities are endless with the Sagittarius. Mahogany Turner, we have the Ten of Cups. The love in your life is going to also be met with great stabilization. So we're talking about a peak form of money and love. You're going to step into greater bliss and just family peace, okay? Katrina Brown, you are definitely connecting. Ooh, it's 7:44 p.m. We have the Two of Cups. Do any of you have a special soulmate who you connect with? Call them in right now. And now call in the oversoul of the soulmate coalition, and we hyper manifest within 2 hours faded encounters and important conversations and relationship bliss. But Katrina Brown, you personally are just like Goddess Adorned was a hub to really shoot ideas into people and to have people download their stuff. Katrina Brown, you are like pairing people together. Like you're not just pairing people together, you're pairing concepts with people as well. And you're allowing, you're a source, you're holding space for people to complete themselves, whether it's with an idea they need to be with or another person. So keep that in mind because you're just on fire right now. Like you're doing this without even knowing in most cases because you're just so on point. And this is all leading you to what you're mastering your relationship with, the inner part of yourself, which is also going to lead to others. David Rosher. Okay, so for Albert, we do have the Knight of Pentacles saying that Albert is a reliable person. This is kind of the energy of Virgo. Him or you may not be in the best financial position right now, but they're still reliable, okay? And we do have the Six of Cups. So the root cause of the edema with the legs also has to do with some spiritual attack and a lack of sleep. The Six of Cups, if anything, is going to bring this soulmate connection with this Knight of Pentacles and allow you to actually connect to a part of yourself that you haven't connected since you were a child. Okay, gold and violet. We have the Star card and we have the Ace of Wands. Come and get this victory. I would play the Wheel of Fortune music. This is freaking amazing. You are sparking a miracle. Your wishes and dreams come true, and you want to take advantage of this opportunity. This is like the opportunity of a lifetime being presented to you, and you definitely want to just take full opportunity to it as soon as possible. It is not too good to be true. Nancy, should I move out from my roommate's house? She feels she's been manipulating Ed to date me so she could see more of him. Oh my gosh. That's so interesting because the Four of Pentacles doesn't really indicate that you should move out. It actually says you should stay, but I got the sense that you should stay as if it's your house. I don't know if you're going to assume her house. And if you do want to move out, you're going to be able to move into a better place. But I don't really get the sense that you have to leave. I really think your intuition is right about her manipulating you, but I don't think all of it is right. So it's interesting. Try and poke around and see what more intel you can get. But now might not, unless you really feel like you have to move, but if you don't move, it won't be bad, is what I can say. Treasure Forever. Appreciate you for the donation. We do have the Death card. Treasure Forever, your financial situation is transforming to where you can do work that is very meaningful to you. Okay. So Nancy, I did just pull a clarifier card to whether you should move out or not, and I did get the yes card. So you may actually do want to move out if you have the opportunity. There's just really no rush. I get the sense that the Four of Pentacles is the Sun and Capricorn card, so it might be around then that might be more convenient, but I did get the yes card, okay? Amanda Jackson, Taurus or Capricorn guy, love message, okay? Well, we have the Gemini card. That's so funny. But yeah, this is, if anything, Amanda, talking about really making a beeline into connecting with this grounded energy. That made no sense. It's really talking about multitasking, but I really get the sense that these are talking about both of the guys, interestingly enough. So let me just pull a card for each. For Taurus, we have the Justice card, and for Capricorn, we have the Tower card. So not surprisingly, it's more stable with the Taurus. You have to make sure you make the right decision because there will be more accountability in store. But with the Capricorn, it seems a bit unstable where something unexpected could happen between you and him. So it's more of a choice here, of course. We do have the Sun and Virgo card here too. So interesting, but I really get the sense that it's not the Taurus or the Capricorn guy for love. It could literally be like a Gemini or Virgo, okay? Something in the system, I met someone intriguing this weekend. Is there potential here or the beginning of more choices? We do have the Five of Pentacles and we do have the Ace of Wands. So yes, there is definite potential here, but there is some type of wishy-washy energy that may not seem that way at first, especially with the Five of Pentacles, that could almost feel cheapening or just poor. And that's all an illusion because the Ace of Wands is saying the potential makes up for it, okay? Danielle, this card came out, the Ace of Cups. So there's actually new wealth sparking for you, Danielle, where you're feeling lost and stuck because instead of going forward, something's about to spark for you that once it sparks, then you can move forward. So you're not really stuck. Your spirit is just holding you still so that you can manifest what's coming now. The Ace of Wands is always a now card, okay? And probably with this new moon, Amy Skylar is what I'm hearing from Steve, my twin in heaven, correct. The Two of Cups says, yes, Steve loves you even more than he has always every day. The Two of Cups is saying your connection with Steve is not at anything delusional, it's a real deep connection. And this is a real twin, okay? Don't worry about the label, but this love is real. And I really love that I got this. You can even see the star represents heaven. So it's a really great connection that you have in Steve, okay? Has a very, very, very peaceful energy, very like pleasant energy. Caroline Leddick, we have the Magician card, which is saying you got the magic, baby. You got the magic, my friend. And this is allowing you to take all the resources and skills you have to manifest whatever it is you desire and to really put it all together, which you will do, okay? Divine Tribal Soul. We have the Seven of Swords. There's perhaps, if you think someone is finessing you, Desiree, they are, okay? There is some type of wishy-washy movement. And I think the Temperance card is going to balance things so that it can put this into focus. So beware of any betrayals because there's dishonesty that's going to be exposed within this week. Shelly Joe, but anything that gets exposed, the Temperance will put back in balance. Shelly Joe Graham, we do have the Five of Pentacles, and it's saying in a state of alienation, really plan, really, don't let that deter you. Don't let that make you feel you don't have anything, because even when you feel you have nothing, even if you have everything, there's a new opportunity sparking through this. Dara, the channeled message that I have for you is to believe your own intuition over what other people say. And I mean in a sense where you'll walk into a situation having a feeling, because this is why you're a little bit indecisive, or not indecisive, but closed off. You can walk into a feeling, I got you, Divine Tribal Soul. You can walk into an experience, and it's like someone can show you the proof. You can walk into a room and you feel like someone's lying to you, or you feel like someone didn't wash the dishes, or someone didn't, how do I say it? Someone didn't do something, or someone didn't go to the store, and you just feel like they did it. And then they show you the receipt. They're like, I went to the store. I don't know what you're talking about. I went to the store. I actually did this. Trust your intuition, even though that person is right. All right. Maybe they could have, like, maybe your intuition is picking up that someone else went to the store and they just got a receipt. Or maybe they really did go to the store. Maybe they really did go to the store and they're right, but your intuition is just still picking up on something. Trust that intuition. Even if it's, don't let the irrationality or the irrational nature of your intuition cause you to doubt. Still stick with the feeling, because even though it might not be pinpointed, it's picking up on something, okay? And what that something is will slowly come to focus if you just stay true to that, all right? LEC, the card that I have for you is, oh shoot, the Two of Cups came out. Wow. LEC, we have the Two of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So I see this with the Two of Cups, with you seeing eye to eye on a new direction. Ooh. In fact, Ellie, you're going to connect with a lover or a partner who's going to really brainstorm cool ideas with you and really be passionate about certain new ideas that you have or actually inspire you. Power Hour. This card is for anyone watching this right now. The superpower bestowed upon you is the Page of Wands. Within 30 minutes, should you accept this Page of Wands energy, do the focus exercise and stay excited. A facet of your supernatural power is going to manifest. It's is like your higher self is going to hand you the keys to your new car. This new car is your Merkaba, your super self. And the Page of Wands is saying, get excited because within an hour, you're going to gain exciting news about how to evolve your superpowers or an aspect of your intuition. So if you are able to channel, if you've been channeling for 6 years, if you've been reading cards for 6 years, if you had a strong intuition for like 6 years, this is going to evolve to where you're able to now not just have intuitions, but you can access your intuition and you can actually control it. Some facet. It doesn't have to be like this, but congratulations. Anyone who is seeing this, you were meant to see this, and congratulations once again. Okay. Violet Iron, what direction do I take my career? We have the star card. I am so happy. All right, Violet, listen to me very closely. Listen to me very closely because this is near and dear to my heart. Shout out to Jonah. I don't know if he's still on YouTube as Jonah. It's this dude who reads cards. In fact, I want to do a peace talk with him. Damn. He used to go as Jonah. He's this British dude. He has a high. He has like a soft voice, but he's just amazing on the cards. He's given me a reading before. It's awesome. And I watched one of his daily readings back in like 2014, and the daily reading was the star card. And this is when I had just started doing this. And he was talking about being in a career that's really your passion, what you love to do, which at this point was the psychic and the spiritual work I was doing. And he was saying that this work is the work that we're meant to do and it's meant to be successful. And this was before I really stepped into the success that I'm doing. All right. Even in the reading that I had, he had pulled the star and he had predicted what I'm doing now and how I wouldn't just blow, I would just kind of grow steadily, right? So the reason why this is near and dear to my heart is that Violet, the star card is saying, what would you do if you would never get paid for it? What is your dream? What is your dream? Because it is time for you to live your true vocation. It is time for you, when you get the star, you wouldn't even really need to have like a part-time job. The star card, I mean, you can if you want, but the star card is saying take the direction of your career to your passions. If your favorite thing to do is like artistry, if your favorite thing to do is to take care of, young kids, you want to fully focus on that. The universe has your back. And the Queen of Swords is saying you definitely have the intellect and focus to really focus on your independent projects. Okay. Amy Scholar, I got one more card for you. Sweet dreams. I have the Fool card. Really open your mind to the spiritual adventure that you've been feeling yourself go on. Take that leap of faith. Take that leap of faith. Take that leap of faith. Okay. IMP. The channeled message for this week is to really open up to different ways of doing what you already know. IMP, you have mastered your aura and your soup. Actually, IMP, and it makes sense that you have the triangle. IMP, you're one of the rare few people here, even above me, like you have mastered your aura. And let me not say above me, because there's a lot of people who have greater awareness above me. So it's not like I'm at some elite level. I like to feel that way. But you are at a level where you have mastered your supernatural psychic energy. And now this is allowing you to look at everything you have learned and to see it in a different way. So it doesn't mean that everything you've learned isn't real. You want to have that as a foundation, but now you want to pretend you're in a different multiverse and to just start to look at things differently, because you're going to see a different alternate version of what you already know based on what you already know to be true. So it's not saying to discard what you already know, but to just step into this different sense. A good exercise, especially for everyone, for the next 24 hours, or at least for the next 4 hours, really pretend like you're new to this planet and just study humanity. Just be like, wow, in this planet, somebody can tell me that they spoke to someone, but if that person is famous, then they're going to feel flustered. You know what I'm saying? In this planet, when somebody likes someone else, they start to get nervous and then they exchange bodily fluids. It's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Like just be an alien, and study human civilization as if you didn't know, and it's gonna show you things in a different way, like you haven't really seen before. Okay. What vlogs your channeled message is to just bring the blunt fire, like pull a Nicki Minaj, my friend, pull a Eminem, pull a Nicki Minaj, not a kamikaze, but what's vlogs? It's saying that you just want to really bring the hammer to everyone. Now, don't diss everyone, but just call people out. Go to who needs it and be like, you need to get on your shit. You need to get on your shit. You're fucking up here. You're lame, and just give it to people. I think you've been filling this well up. Give it to people, my friends. Just give it to people. Okay. Bharti Sharma. We have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles is talking about your long-term investments are leading into permanent wealth. So if you're making any long-term investments, congrats. If you're not, it is worth it too. Any long-term investments you're making, even if they're small now, are going to lead to you making billions of dollars. All right. But it's less about the currency. It's more so about the land you'll be investing in, which will appreciate in value. Rose, spirit message, stay or leave in current relationship. Well, we do have the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So normally, if you feel like you have to stay or leave, it's usually, I traditionally feel like you should stay and work things out. But also, I get the sense that if you feel like you should leave, you probably should leave. My Gemini's like that. My Capricorn, my Taurus is like, stay and make it work. Now, the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles is not even talking about your relationship. It's saying that in your relationship, you want to really bring this queen power in essence. Stand in your power, stand in your, the energy of the queen doesn't need a king really. Or a prince, like the queen can stand on her own. So from that perspective, then ask yourself if the relationship is worth staying in. If with you tapping into your queen self, you feel it's worth staying in, then do so. Okay. Sharon Lana, we do have the Seven of Wands. You're feeling nervous, uncomfortable with the spiritual group. This is because in real life, you're all together, but spiritually, their spirits are ganging up on you. So let's just say subconsciously or spiritually, yeah, you might be smiling or in a room, but you're feeling nervous because you can sense that you're being alienated for the beliefs you have. And share and stand your ground because you're actually superior to everyone you are in this spiritual group. And yep, I was going to take that back, but you represent a higher light, and that disconnect is what is causing people to feel weird because you're expanding your consciousness in different ways. So that nervousness or uncomfort is because you know what it is, and don't necessarily allow them to pressure you like that. Okay. Jean, we do have the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, the job is stressful, but you are able to connect with two higher placed officers. Oh my God, I meant to say like a manager or I feel like this queen is you, and it's like, it's stressful, but it's going to hook you up with great money and not a promotion, but it's not always going to be stressful. So allow this to really work on your management level through the stress. And the King of Swords is definitely going to actually recognize this within you. And I don't see a promotion, but they're definitely going to respect you more because of how you deal with the stress. Okay, Sydney, I love you, Sydney. We need to chill very soon. Can you please pull me a card for guidance on blockages to being fully aligned? Well, we pulled a blockage. You have mental energy with your moon in Gemini. And we also have the Seven of Wands. So you, as well as I, are dealing very powerfully with this Plutonian energy. And the Nine of Wands swords is kind of dealing with a lot of these near psycho schizophrenic thoughts where you can actually sense the negativity. of how people kind of not gang up on you, but really put that pressure on you. And this is what might be causing you to be a bit more reclusive. This is not really bad. These are everything that is about to be transcended. It's just the way to fully align is to not give the benefit of the doubt. The Nine of Swords is you wrestling with your thoughts, wanting to give the benefit of the doubt. But the Seven of Wands, Sydney, is really just saying to stand your ground and to not really back down for anybody, okay? Because you are probably not, you're tapped in to spirit in a special way that others aren't, so they don't understand. And the Ace of Wands is saying you're going to spark your own magic to get you through this and to break through all the blockages now, and especially with this new moon in Virgo at the end of the week. Out to Sarah. I got you, bro. Gandalf and the Hobbits ain't got smack. I'm just playing. Gandalf goes hard. So we do have the Page of Swords. I see you as this king figure. And Altasar, there are people, what is the word? Oh. Pocket watching. Altasar, you have people pocket watching you. Okay, you're gonna come into exciting news, especially if you have any upgrades in your job. Just be mindful. There are gonna be people who are pocket watching heavy. And this is good. It's predicated on you coming into more money, but just be mindful. Like certain people are gonna be a little bit too curious about what you're making. Amber Hawthorne. We have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is really encouraging you to make necessary long-term plans. You have to be joking. Okay. To make necessary long-term plans. And with those long-term plans, also be in a position to actually step greater into more passionate opportunity. Once you kind of map out the plans that you want to do, you'll get the burst of energy to really put a lot of your heart into it. Divine blossoming. Okay, so will you be a billionaire? The Three of Wands says yes, you just have to make it happen. So this is important because as far as causality and possibility, yes, you have to. This puts the power in your hands, and it says that $1 billion is not really just going to fall in your lap, but the energy you put in to actually make it happen will make it happen. You won't be blocked here, okay? Now, will you hit a jackpot? No. The Seven of Pentacles is saying this is going to more so be better than a jackpot because you're going to take the long-term approach to grow your money into greater financial security. Okay, so this is really positive. Just stick your ground and don't back down from this. K cuts up. We have the Two of Wands, and it is saying to plan your way forward and to also experiment with taking hobbies and finding ways to monetize them. Okay, Brianna Denise, we have the Judgment card. You are stepping into awakening. Reevaluate your whole life and really live your whole life again from a child. And after you play that movie of your life, direct where it is headed, because this week you're going to really change consciousness and be guided more to your true life's purpose. Jane Doe, we do have the Chariot card. So talking to a Scorpio and a Libra, I think the Libra might be messing with the Taurus, and the Scorpio, we do have the Chariot. So this is really saying to focus more on yourself. When it comes to love, especially with the Scorpio and the Libra, the more you kind of put value on yourself, the more they'll be attracted to you. Okay, but it is a victory card. Melissa, we do have the Nine of Swords. You're going through it, my friend. A lot of your intellect and knowledge is bringing psychic attack, and it's allowing you to deal with negative thoughts. Do not internalize most of these thoughts. And when you deal with these negative thoughts, treat them as demons that you could call away or banish away. And journal most of these thoughts or find creative ways to work through this. Fight that good fight, my friend. Dream condition. We do have the Nine of Wands coming with the Three of Swords. And if you're fighting betrayal, if you're fighting some type of separation, stay perseverant. Do not be in a position to just give up. You are so close to breaking through. Rio Callens, we do have the Two of Wands with the Eight of Cups, which is probably urging a bit of travel in you kind of planning forward your future and being in a position to kind of put together a lot of your ideas into something practical. So now we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is urging you to really keep into the status quo and to really go by the book and to really listen to traditional wisdom. Claudia Valley, will I be receiving this promotion? We do have the Page of Swords, which is a yes card, but I don't think it's going to be a promotion in the way you may expect. The Ten of Pentacles is talking about working your dream job, however, and both of these cards will denote whether you get a promotion or not, you're going to be manifesting enjoyable results in your career. Erica Ann, or it could really just be talking about your romantic life, which is going to be fruitful. Erica Ann, we do have the Seven of Wands and we do have the Two of Wands. So this is saying stand up for any unconventional plans that you have where you might be the only one who's in your corner. Just do it anyway. You're going to blow. And when you blow, all the people who didn't believe in you are going to regret not helping you. Okay. And I do mean blow. Like you have a very original idea that's going to be picked up really quickly by someone who can help invest in that. April Howell, what do you recommend for me to strengthen my spiritual journey? We do have the Five of Pentacles. We do have the Eight of Pentacles. So it's saying that you can work your way out of a difficult situation. Yeah, you might be feeling alienated or lacking resources, but the work you're doing and the plans that are meaningful, as long as you keep the consistency, it will get you through, especially if you're looking for a job. It's here for you this season. A Marshall, or just meaningful work that you like doing. Everything I want to ask you, speak it after. And oh, nice, appreciate you, A. We have the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Swords. I think you're dealing with someone who is just very deceptive, and it's saying do not let them deceive you. Use your experience and discernment to really expose or call out any sneaky behavior, okay? Amber Scott, we do have the Two of Wands, and this is coming with the Two of Cups, saying that your planning is going to incorporate a partnership where you're going to be planning your future, but it's going to be coming with a partner who can also brainstorm with you as well. Shauna's View, when will I connect with the soulmate lovers, soulmate and friends? We do have the Knight of Pentacles and we do have the Two of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles, my friend, is Virgo. So now you will connect with soulmate friends. Now, your purpose and your path is to plan this. Your purpose and path is to come into fortune and success by taking your original ideas and to really mark your original place in the world. And this is going to come through brainstorming, okay, through this practical energy. Andrea S. What is my next move for work? The Eight of Wands is talking about swift flow of movement. So we're going to see very quickly you putting a lot of your intentions into focus, where you will come with ideas on the spot that will really have everything to do to raise your income. A lot of this is just going to happen really quick. So your next move could really be travel realistically and to relocate if necessary. Apollo Singh, we do have the Hangman. The guidance I'm getting is to surrender. If you are, when I said that message about reacting, this is doubly for you. If you are clashing personalities with people, if you have people being childish and antagonizing you and trying to make fun of you, just let it go. They are not worth your aqua energy. They are not worth your energy. They're not worth their hands. Like don't let them pick on you, or don't let them have you react with anger. White Cascade, we do have the Five of Pentacles. So it's not that love isn't coming in, but if you feel alienated, if you don't feel valuable, it's blocking love. So once you kind of get through that and you're able to stand on your own more, well, you're standing on your own, but once you're able to plan your future and kind of have your focus on that, out of that lack energy, then love will be here. It'll already be there and you'll be aware of it. Divine Blossoming, does he have love for me? Is he my twin? Soulmate? No. This is a capital N-O, okay? Mia, any messages of what I can expect this week. We do have the Knave of Wands. Highly exciting news. Congratulations. This week is going to be exciting. There's a new opportunity. Very passionate news. It has a lot to do with your power. It has a lot to do with romantic or passionate opportunities as well. Okay, so this is what you can expect. Maybe an opportunity to go on a trip, maybe an opportunity to start a new project. It's going to be something fun. It's going to be something awesome to you. Okay, Shauna's view. By the way, if anyone is asking if someone is their twin flame, and any of you who wants to know, if you ask if they're your twin flame, they are not your twin flame. So that's the best indicator. Like if for all of you who are asking, is this person my twin flame? The answer is always no. Okay. Shauna's view, can I also get a channeled message? The channeled message I have for you is to really flow from spirit. Practice going with the flow with your intuition and almost freestyling conversation. When you talk to people, don't talk from you, talk from your intuition and just flow it, okay? And see what happens. And not really see what happens, but really connect people's spirit with and for them. Carrie Ann Pearl, can I make enough money working as a healer? Yes, you can. We do have the Two of Swords and the Strength card, but you want to find ways to barter what you do so that you don't always need to get paid with money. You'll be able to kind of finesse that system in that sense. The Two of Swords and the Strength is saying that until you can be fully passionate, there will be a block. So the more passion you put into it, the better, basically. But you totally can make enough money. The Seven of Pentacles is just more saying it's going to be slow. It's going to be more slow. It will add up though over time, but it's not going to really be fast money, which I don't think you're looking for. Is taking the baby the right thing? I shit you not. I shit you not. You asked me this question and I pull this card. Look what's behind the chair, the baby. You Sagittariuses are so magical. So I want to say yes. Even though the king says no, I think this is yes. Taking the baby is the right thing because it's off of knowledge. Look, it even froze there. It even froze there. I have to replace my battery. That's not my magic, y'all. That's her magic. That's Sagittarius. When I pull a card, I pull on your magic to do it. Damn. Ugh. So there you go. I swear I can't make this up. Magic happens every day, B. So yeah, I think taking the baby is the right thing. It's objective. Oops. I really got that King Solomon vibe with the baby too. Who tries and gets it back, they take it. The magic of life. First of all, you're stepping into divine ordinance. So it's almost as if you're connecting. It's almost as if the angelic realm is possessing friends you have, and they're going to converge. These higher forces are going to do a ritual with you over the next 2 weeks to really integrate their presence more in your life. And this has everything to do with these two cards, the Four of Wands and the Temperance. Your life is coming into greater balance, and you're building a sanctuary in your home so that you'll be a source of peace and positivity. But a lot of this has to do with you connecting a lot closer to source consciousness and the divine. And I love how you're called the magic of life, because you're an embodiment of it. And when I mean that, I'm talking about sweet, like you're going to be connecting with high spiritual forces directly in this real world, because you'll have physical conduits and human vessels who agree to hold space for them. And so it's like, you don't have to go to the spiritual world. They're coming here to connect with you before you go back there. Andrea S. Will Mike come around? Not anytime soon. The Five of Swords says his mind is still too scattered and there's too much pride. Also focused on work. Is too much pride and stubbornness. I think he's too focused on being right. But that's not to say he won't. It's just not now. Shayna Q, the channeled message that I have for you is to be a little bit more assertive when necessary, as certain individuals kind of act like they didn't hear what you said, and it's a subtle influence that can totally be reversed. Okay, it's also kind of urging you to kind of, I'm really getting the feeling like you kind of have to be mean. Like when it counts, you have to be really mean. Like when somebody is being disrespectful to you, cut their head off or just be really mean so that they understand you're not the one to mess with. But I also have the sun and the temperance. So outside of that, everything is very positive. Like you're stepping into huge enlightenment, balance, and success in a positive way. Maria de Jesus, we do have the 10 of Wands. So the clarity on soul's mission is talking about you taking on a lot of angelic burden for others, but through this, you're going to step into success. This is going to put a lot on your plate, but over the next 6 months, but this is going to lead into greater balance. Just work through it instead of falling prey to procrastination. E-Visions, love you too. Thank you so much. All right. I do have the 4 of Wands first and foremost, saying that you're stepping into a divine sense of reunion. And it's like a party. You're going to have a party with the universe where they're kind of acknowledging your progress. And it's going to really be very positive for you. And this channeled message goes into you connecting with the energies of the universe so much stronger. So you don't have to spend a lot of time downloading information. You have done that work. You have finished that karma. You have kind of earned your stripes. You're official now. So you StarCraft, you're omniscient. It's like you already know. You've allowed yourself to really surrender to this higher knowledge, and you kind of are the authority of what's true or what's real. And this is why you're getting celebrated, because that's an initiation. You are truly in your ascended master glory. Walking miracle, intuitive action, stepping more from my magical path. We do have the Ace of Cups. We do have the King of Swords, okay? Yes, it is a good step for him, but actually what's better is love. And this is everything that you personally are going to break through and create for more others, where people are just going to be connecting with their true soulmates because they have a conversation with you that just puts them in the right mood, and bam, they luckily things fall into place. Bobo, we do have the 9 of Wands, but we also have the 4 of Pentacles. It's saying to stay discerning and to just keep persevering, because whatever you're working on is very soon, and like within 2 weeks, set to swiftly manifest into greater financial income. It's just a lot that you've been really, really patient for, and really having to realize that you're stronger than you could have ever realized. NW, that's a great idea. Lena Love, we do have the Wheel of Fortune and the 9 of Wands. So the uncomfort is you just kind of feeling how much stronger than you ever realized you were. But a lot of the shift has to do with you feeling the changing shift of destiny. I love how the Ace of Wands just fell out. So that's the caveat. There's new love that's springing through, but this new love is breaking through the ground, and that's the uncomfort. And then this eternal, everlasting spring is just going to push, and it's just going to be amazing. And it's going to overturn a lot of blockages. The vision I have for you, Lena, is that there has maybe been like 8 or 6 years of blockages you've gone through that you're going to overturn and reverse in a short 1.5 years, that you'll just completely reverse to where it doesn't even matter. Okay, so that has a lot to do with your super psychic magical power and ability as well. Sana Kadora. We do have the 4 of Wands. So this is talking about reuniting with your twin. And yeah, you're right. Now, see, that's how I know he's your twin. Wait, Gemini? Leo, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Scorpio. Well, if it's a Gemini, that's truly your twin, because Geminis are twins. And we do have the 4 of Wands and the Strength. So this is talking about a lot of your inner power coming through in order to really passionately connect. Really great news in store. Apollo Singh, clarification in a channeled message. We do have the Knight of Wands and the King of Pentacles. So this clarification is coming through a passionate encounter with a grounded individual who may actually mirror a lot of what you're going through and physically tell you that energy, interestingly enough. Honestly, the channel message I have also with this Four of Cups is talking more of sitting and contemplating, because you have a lot of energy. In fact, I was going to say you have a lot of energy that's distracting you. And as I said that, I pulled this card, okay? And a lot of you guys think that you're just sitting in your thoughts. It's psychic attack. It's projected intent. It's sinister, evil shit. So just kind of contemplate and sit with your feelings. And in the sitting of your feelings, really allow what comes to come. Because when you sit and clear that extra static, then the energy that was flowing will flow a lot much smoother. Bharti Sharma, love life, please. I got you. We have the Ace of Pentacles. This is a great card. There is a humble, healthy new beginning to love that is very possible for you. And this is going to encompass and indicate maybe a gift. Personally, for you, if there's anyone you want to be with, start by something healthy. Give them a gift and start a healthy routine or make them healthy food. But I get that something organic within this week is going to sprout for you. The Ace of Pentacles is great. It's not like rose-tinted glasses like the Ace of Cups, but it's grounded and it's something that can last, okay? Miss Gemini 69, what are my spiritual gifts? Okay. So we do have the Seven of Pentacles and we do have the Star. The Star card is the card of spiritual gifts. So this is saying that you have miracle healing power. This is saying that you have clairvoyance. And the Star card, like you have many spiritual gifts, but the Seven of Pentacles is saying that because of the strength of those gifts, you're projected to slowly come into them. So it's like you're focusing on different parts of your powers at a time. Instead of just experiencing all the powers, it's like you've been focusing on how to deal with being clairvoyant. You got that. Now you're focusing more on perhaps how to be, we did clairvoyance. You're focusing on how to heal. So you have many spiritual gifts, and it's just going to take time to learn each one, okay? And you're stepping into a place where you're going to come out a lot more. Carrie Ann Pearl. Honestly, overcoming mental blocks around sex, you want to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. So when you kind of feel stuck, put yourself in awkward situations that make you feel that awkwardness, just so you realize at a subconscious level it is not as bad as your thoughts make them out to be. Thankfully, this new moon in Virgo is going to help you overcome those mental blocks on your own, because this is part of the transit. And it has a lot to do with realizing that it's not really fears. I like how you said mental blocks, because I don't think you're really afraid of anything. A lot of these blocks have much to do with just coming into a different perception and not giving the benefit of the doubt where you might have, where you realize, oh, wow, like I'm nervous around people. I don't have to be nervous. I don't really get the sense that it's nervousness, but yeah. Khalidi Perdomo, I would love your message in regards to my love life and what I need to do to attract my sacred soul lover. Well, Colleen, I do have the Wheel of Fortune, and before I pulled the card, I was going to say that all you have to do is keep being you. You are already doing what you're doing to attract your soul lover, and the Wheel of Fortune is saying that destiny is going to connect you with this lover in the sense where there is nothing that you can do to not meet this person. It is ordained by karma, and you're going to meet this person at the right place at the right time. And it's linked with Jupiter. So it's pretty soon. We're going to have a Jupiter conjunction pretty soon. The Queen of Wands is saying just really put yourself more out there and be more of this very charismatic, contagious, popular individual, because your fire is very awesome, okay? In other words, just keep being yourself because you're so awesome. All right, Miss Sanche, thank you so much. This is saying with the Knight of Wands to really connect with the Sagittarian influence or just really open up your passion, move the stagnant energy. It's coming with the Ace of Wands, really spark something new, just do something, go out on a road trip. And during this, you're going to be inspired with the most positive of energies. All right, y'all. Thank you guys once again. Remember, you're developing your own magic. You're writing your own codex in the context of a system that is still being developed and really doesn't have any concrete proof as much as it thinks it does. So you are not delusional. You are not as crazy as people may feel you are. And I'm saying this because when you're stepping into higher concepts and really developing personal magic and really developing ideas that are stray from traditional knowledge, you will feel crazy. You will feel weird. You're supposed to feel weird. It's different. It's cool. And until next week, stay true,